Rolling These 20s presents Philly by Night. Starring Liz as the La Sombra Dr. Aretza Ser. Ivana as the Bruja Serenity. Mikey Mike as the caitiff Delroy Lindo. Lonzo Gonzo as the Ravnos Oscar de Leon Ponce. And our weaver of disquietude and terror. It's been a few months since we last joined up with the coterie. Tonight, we'll learn. It's been a few months since we last joined up with the coterie. Tonight, we'll learn what they've been up to and what challenges they are yet to face in The Returned.
We're live. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Rolling These 20s Presents Philly by Night. Say hello, people. We're back.
Hello.
Yay!
Hello, people.
We're back. Apologies for the late start. We had some technical difficulties, which were very frustrating, I must say, but we're going to survive them. This is going to happen regardless of any technical difficulties we have faced, I promise. I'm so glad to be back. This is wonderful. I'm glad to be back into the storyteller seat. I'm a little bit nervous because things have been wild in the real world, and that's going to be reflected in our game. And I just want to tell a good story. So before we get started, as always, we like to introduce ourselves, and then I'm going to go into a short little blurb about what's been going down before, in the meantime, since our last season ended, and then we're going to get into our latest season of this chronicle. So we'll start by having everyone introduce themselves, and we'll have official introduction for Oscar here once we're in the game proper, and introduce Oscar to our coterie. But for now, we'll have people introduce themselves as they appear on my screen. So we will start, actually, since Alonzo is close to me. We're going to start with you, Alonzo. Your name, or your character, pronouns, and
yeah. Let's do this. Lonzo Gonzo, how we doing, everyone? Pronouns are he, him. I will be playing Oscar de Leon Ponce, who is a Ravnos, pronouns he, him as well. So let's find out what Oscar is in for this season.
Ivy.
Hi, I'm Ivy. I use they, them pronouns currently, so those are subject to change, maybe. I don't know. I am playing Serenity Sanchez, the Bruja. As you can tell by the leather jacket, it's so good to wear it again. And she uses she, her pronouns. So let's do this.
Excellent. Next up would be Liz.
I'm Liz. I play Dr. Aretza Ser, or Ari for short, the La Sombra. We both go by she, her.
Mikey Mike.
I do it on Mikey Mike. I'm playing Delroy Lindo, the caitiff bodega owner, and we both use he, him pronouns.
And I am Prince, aka Dimples and Dice. I am your storyteller for this chronicle, and I use he, him pronouns. Okay, so, well, it has been 2 months since since we last got a chance to visit in with our coterie, and much has happened since the so-called massacre of Moya Missing, where our coterie faced off with the gangster Raka and his crew of kindred. Within this battle, our kindred won due to a distraction by Delroy's thin-blooded friends, led by Mellow Yellow, and the fighting prowess of our group, and one Big Al. As it stands, this battle ended quite gruesomely and quite publicly. Big Al committed diablerie on 2 kindred that evening, and our newly christened Baron, Delroy Lindo, committed diablerie on 1 such Nosferatu who was part of this group. This obviously was a masquerade breach. There were many out there recording the events that happened, and many of them still have questions as to what happened, though conveniently, it has been claimed that a movie studio was filming a very violent film in this neighborhood without proper permits. And it has been fined and sued, and much of this has been swept under the rug. Never mind the missing people, or injuries, or damage caused. Most of that has been paid for. Normally, this would cause problems for the various kindreds, especially the Camarilla. They are not too keen on masquerade breaches as such, but on that same evening, the Prince of the Camarilla, Jackson, was assassinated, along with many of the council or primogen of the Camarilla at the time. They were blown up in the Union Club, where Prince Jackson handled most of his affairs. And one, Tariq, who is the brother of Big Al, was seen leaving the scene of the crime. Now, there are many other characters that our coterie has interacted with who have had injuries and losses. Snake Eyes has been lost. Mellow Yellow suffered a grievous injury to his spine and has not been able to recover, no matter how much blood he has taken in. Our coterie has done a few things of their own in the meantime, but what we found out over this time and what has reached their ears, specifically those who have allied themselves with the Baron, have found a few disturbing notes. Many of the kindred that were killed during this gang war, or what have you, well, those are expected to be missing. You're expected to not find some of the bodies and people that are gone. But even since that is over, several other kindred have come along missing. And conveniently, this has coincided with the ramping up of the COVID-19 vaccination. There have been rumors that kindred had been taken by the Second Inquisition for reasons unknown, and they weren't immediately killed. They were taken. And many are still being taken. But as to exactly what's happening or how it's happening, no one seems to know. Something that we may find out later on down the line, or maybe not. But for now, let us take this story back to our coterie. And we will start with Liz. Or Ari, excuse me. It has been several months since these events, and of the many of the kindred of your coterie that were exposed during this event, Ari, no one seemed to find you on the camera. Things get a little wonky whenever they tried to catch you.
I mean, hey, upside of never being able to use Spotify again, right?
Perhaps. What would Ari have been up to over these last couple of months?
So she moved,
Indeed.
tried to get some of her assets a little more liquid, moved out of her nice mid-Philly high-rise apartment. Sad. I know. What else? She would have probably found another ghoul more on the financial end of things to start handling some of that, as she does not have the steady income she had working at the hospital. And she probably, well, we talked about this. She would have been experimenting on how to improve injuries and the like. Basically, vampire prosthetics and things of those nature. After seeing that, Mello is still walking with a hunch, and some of the others, I'm guessing even full-blooded vampires, ending up missing bits. Going, well, that's unacceptable because it could happen to me. And now I've got to figure out how to get around this.
Yes, generally speaking, with enough blood, a kindred can heal from pretty much anything outside of being completely dismembered, any broken bones or things of that nature can be healed. But sometimes it doesn't quite work that way, especially when fighting other kindred. And
that's terrifying, and I don't like it. So we're going to figure out a way around it.
I would add that, Ari, over these past couple of months, you might have seen a few. Would this be something that kindred would have heard about? Would they know to come to you that this is something that you have been working on?
Not yet.
Okay.
I don't think I would have made that public yet. Mostly because things are very unstable at the moment.
Indeed.
So I don't even think that the rest of the coterie has been told. They may know she's not trying to be sneaky about it, but I don't think she would have been like, so I'm playing Dr. Moreau at my house. Don't come through.
I would add, you would have, and we talked about this off stream, you would have known that there are others who have been doing work to fix or change kindred. You know of these others, of another clan of vampires, the Shimishi, or Shimishe, however you pronounce it. There's 1,000 different ways that people pronounce it, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
You know that one of their particular areas of expertise is flesh shaping.
Right.
We talked a little bit about how you would have found out some of these things.
So the word spying came up. If we have to put a term to it.
For those who hide in shadows, that seems to be...
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's probably what I'm doing, but it also sounds very shady. vampire.
the La Sombra.
Says the La Sombra, exactly. The La Sombra who's experimenting on people in her house. It's fine. So yeah, she would have definitely been observing, and she doesn't really have anything written down yet. Mostly, again, because that would be incredibly stupid given how unsettled everything is.
Indeed.
So there's a lot of notes running through her head right now, but very little written down.
Fair enough. So, on this evening, so we're going to start this one at a time, where will we find Ari? Oh, and let us roll that first roll of the evening.
Yes.
You know which one.
Am I hungry?
Are you hungry?
Oh god, I've forgotten how to use this.
Bottom of your character sheet.
It is not
Grouse.
letting me do it. Oh, because I'm not hitting the right button. There we go. 3. I don't remember what that means. I think I'm good.
It means you got hungrier.
Oh, well, that's not surprising.
No, you and your beast have come to quite the agreement on whether you should eat or not, or when you should eat or not, because as it stands, where you've moved now is quite appealing as to what blood you can find.
Yeah. Probably go for a walk, see what all is in the area, see if there's anything interesting going on.
And the streets are relatively empty. It is still I was just about to say, it is still a bit of a pandemic, and it is cold. While some of the classes along the University of Pennsylvania and Drexel campuses have opened back up, it is not very popping, as we would say, in this particular part of University City. However, if you go past any given house on a night like this where it's cold, you certainly will find the party or the kids playing beer pong as you pass a window. This is what you expected to see.
That sounds about right. I'm at 2. I'm not particularly worried. I would imagine I have, given my excursions over the past couple months, I would imagine that I have found a couple of places that those I am observing hang out, or at
Indeed.
least frequent. I would probably go past there and see if there's anything interesting.
What place are you going past? I'm sorry, I just want to...
And any place where I have found either Zemeshe, whatever, I don't know.
Yes, actually. What you find here is there is a line of students, as you'd have it, waiting outside of the building that you've seen them do their experiments in.
Just a line of them?
Just a line.
That seems odd.
Indeed. This is the first time you've seen something like that. And it is a cold night. You see the warm air passing through the mask of some of these people, steaming up and fogging up glasses.
And it's just a line of just people, or it's like a whole bunch of kindred chilling outside?
They're college students.
Okay. I'll go over and ask what's going on.
Okay. Are you using any particular powers or anything before you head over this way? I just want to...
Not at first, if I don't have to.
So they're all standing in this line, masks on, hats, gloves, that sort of thing. It's a cold night. And the person you pass or come up to says, "Lady, 6 feet, please."
Right, of course. Take a couple steps back. What are we waiting for?
So you haven't heard? Like, you haven't seen the flyers around campus and such?
No, exams. I got a little sick, so I have to make them up after.
Oh, got it. Understood. Yeah, yeah. You're a medical student?
Yep.
Cool. I tried med. Like, it's not for me.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
It's
I don't
a
know
lot.
if it's worth it. To be fair, to see the way they're treated recently, I don't know if it's worth it.
Yeah, definitely. Anyway, yeah, they're like, there's a new lab. This I know you've probably seen this, got put up over here, but they're doing a blood drive here. They're paying more than the plasma place around the way.
Wow, that's pretty nice.
Yeah, and they give you a free Chipotle burrito.
Oh, hey, that's way better than cookies.
I know,
That's way better than cookies.
way better than cookies.
Huh. I'm gonna have to remember that. I haven't eaten it today, so probably not the greatest idea for me, but I'm gonna have to remember that. So is there like a limit? Like I know some places you can only go like once a week or like once a month.
Yeah. You can't come back too often. But they told us, like, people who have particularly rare types of blood, or have a particularly high well, I know they're not supposed to talk about this, but like, we're not supposed to talk about it because they said, like, I've been here before. They said if you have particularly high IQ or test scores or whatever, you can come back faster.
Oh,
Weird lab. Really weird tall guy in there. Real pale.
really?
Really pale.
Oh, he needs some of the blood.
That's funny,
Um,
especially considering the stories about what happened.
what story? Well, I mean, like the craziness a couple months
A
ago.
couple months ago. Yeah,
That was like,
they were talking about vampires and all this stuff. I mean, dude, like, if Dracula existed, this guy would be Dracula. Like,
ew, gross.
it's got the widow's peak and everything. It's really
Oh,
weird,
nice.
but he's really nice.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, what would Dracula be doing in Philly though? That doesn't seem. There's not enough like castles here. Doesn't seem
I
right.
mean, there is a bunch of old buildings over on the UPenn campus. Like, they've been here fucking ever.
That's true.
But like, castles, nah, not really a whole lot of castles.
That'd be funny though. Dude just turns into bats, flies out of friggin' one of the UPenn buildings.
Yeah,
That
that'd
would be
be
thinking.
like, maybe we might see something like that. These movie studios seem to like Philly now.
That's true. That's true. I'm gonna have to come back. I'll have to check this out. This sounds real cool. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. And yeah, like, it's a great way to get good food for like no money. Cause
Yeah.
I mean, even though some of us go to UPenn, like, not all of us came here off of daddy's dollar. You know what I mean?
Yep. Scholarships, man. Scholarships. As many
Right.
as you can.
This is why I have to get good grades.
Tell me
And this
about
is
it.
why I dropped out of med school and went somewhere else, because fuck that. I wasn't about to get those grades in med school.
Like I said, I don't know if I'm gonna be in it for much longer. It's kind of not worth it.
Go business. You'll never go back.
That's fair. Anyway, thanks. And I
Yeah, for sure.
kinda hop out of line and keep walking and make a mental note. Okay, tall guy, widow's peak, might be Dracula. Make a mental note to ask somebody older than me about Dracula.
Excellent. And with that, we'll, unless there's something else that you
No.
wanted to do,
By all means, go ahead.
we will swap scenes over to our Bruja, Serenity.
Oh, my turn.
Over the past 2 months, what has Serenity been up to?
She would have stuck close to Delroy and Anita and just helped clean up Philly best after the craziness that was the Gay War. So if it like just making sure things are as normal or new normal as possible, and yeah.
And Philly has not exactly been normal.
Well, yeah, COVID.
But not just COVID. Over the past few months, the murder rate has been incredibly high. Philly had the most murders that it had in nearly 20 years this past year. It's very bloody, very dangerous in many streets. Regular people have been shot in their homes. There have been home invasions, lots of dangerous things. It is said that nature abhors a vacuum. And the more you've been out on the streets, the more it seems that whatever Rocco was doing and his gang was far more reaching than maybe you all predicted. Because things have gotten more out of hand despite your work at cleaning it up. But much of this is not all Kendra driven. I'll say that. Rocco was maybe smarter than you may have given him credit for, because he had his hands in a lot of different things. And with people being as poor and unable to support their families, or just very opportunistic, things have been dangerous. And I'll let you tell how that has affected you. But before you go further, give me that rouse check.
I already did it thinking we were doing it together.
Gotcha.
I failed. I'm at 2.
Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Well, what do you think Serenity would be up to this evening? Because I know you said you've been working with Anita and Delroy, and Genghis is still around. He won't go away.
That's fair.
And we talked before off stream about you hanging out with Big Al. But as it stands, you haven't seen Big Al in about 2 weeks. One evening he left in his normal, hey, I'm gonna go do my thing, like, you know.
Right, and she probably would have been like, yeah, that's totally natural. And now that he's not been back, she's panicking a little bit about that.
Yeah, a few days, normal. 2 weeks, not normal.
Not normal. Yeah, if anything, she'd probably just be like trying to probably try to get an ear to the street, see if she can find out where he went, just to make sure that he's alive.
Cool. Where, like, what do you think what kind of people would you be looking for to ask? Or is there a specific person you'd be trying to go to?
If anything, I feel like I honestly might go ask Anita, like, if she's heard, because Delroy's busy being Baron, and while Anita is also busy being Baron, she has more people on the street. Maybe that someone's seen Big Al on her end, and she knows Anita, so yeah, I'd totally go talk to Anita and be like, hey, have you seen Big Al? And also I like the biker joint, so.
Yeah. So Anita's at a biker bar in West Philly. And when you get in there, she looks distracted.
Okay.
Like her mind is elsewhere.
Right.
And when you ask about Al, she goes, who's that? What? Who's Al? Oh, yeah, Al.
If I came at a bad time, I can come back.
No, it's just been hard.
Yeah.
And she adjusts her wedding ring.
Right, we talked about that.
You know already, rest of the audience knows, Anita's partner was killed in the gang war, along with her right-hand man, Snake Eyes. or at least Snake Eyes hasn't been found.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
But has Al been missing for a long time? Is this
2 weeks. He's usually only gone a couple days, and it's been 2 weeks, which is why I'm worried.
I,
I'm just asking if you or anyone you know might have seen him around. If not, totally fine.
no? But it wouldn't be surprising to me based on what you all have told me about Al
Mm-hmm.
that he would come out to this neck of the woods. Things have been a little wild here recently, and I'm doing best I can, but
Right, of course.
yeah.
Hey, if you need any help with anything, I'm willing to help.
Yeah, I know, Serenity. You're a doll. I appreciate it. It's just I after all the things, I feel like there's more to come. Like another shoe is gonna drop. Like this war, the gangs and these kids, all this death. Like there's something more to this.
Yeah.
And the cam had been quiet
Yeah, that's weird.
after all of the shit that went down. How the hell are the cam quiet right
They're planning something probably, and we'll deal with that when it shows up.
now? Jesus Christ. I can put some feelers out for Al if you need me to.
I mean, if you can spare him, I'd appreciate it. If not, me and the gang can totally take care of that. But
No, I can put some feelers out.
okay.
How are you after all of that? I know we've been working and getting the neighborhoods cleaned up. But how have you been after, you know?
It's been a lot to process.
Mhm.
Because especially it's funny. I I was a wreck afterward, but I eventually I think I came to the realization that if I can either fix it or I could either crumble under the pressure. And I think at some point I had to make the decision of I'm gonna fix it as much as I can. It's like I'm part of the reason it crumbled. I'm gonna fix it as best as I can. And yeah, there's personal feelings. There's all sorts of feelings I have about all sorts of things. But until we get the job done, they're gonna have to wait. We've got a long time to figure it out.
Are weren't you dating someone?
That's complicated. Long story short, he's back in town and hasn't talked to me at all since that happened.
Yeah, I've heard.
Yeah, which look, I honestly expect I shouldn't be surprised, but yeah, it sucks. But I mean, if she just give me an answer of are we still a thing? Are we not? That'd be fantastic. But no.
It's always complicated with the cam.
Yeah, I don't. It's weird. I was willing to change everything for her, and now she's not talking to me. And it's like, and I know everyone's gonna tell me I told you so. I know that. I'm expecting it, and it's gonna suck, but they're gonna be right. I was a naive little shit.
The heart wants what it will, even if it's
Yeah.
not what's right for you.
Yeah, I learned that the hard way. And weird. I could never say no to that woman, but at this point, maybe I finally got the cojones. Who knows?
You're wise beyond your years, Serenity. Take your mistakes, take your lumps, whatever comes with them, and learn from them.
Yeah.
But don't let people tell you you're wrong for following your heart.
Will do. It's and Serenity would have told the others, by the way, that Sierra's back in town and hasn't. So if they're waiting to say I told you so, it probably might have already happened. But but yeah, it's things happen, and we got a long life to live. Things are gonna happen.
Life. Yeah.
Well,
And-
on life. Yeah.
Serenity, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, sure.
You said before you were dealing with things crumbling. How did you do it? How did you deal with it?
Well, I suppose it's the kind of crumbling we all go through at the beginning, because that was my whole, thing. But basically, I just tried my best to find the thing I was looking for. The thing I was looking for, and the thing I thought I was getting but wasn't necessarily, was, well, maybe I might have, I don't know, stability. People I care about who are going to stay there, and for better or for worse. And I kind of found that over here, so that's great. And it's one of those things of, you can't give up the fight to find what you're looking for.
What if,
Yeah,
what if what you're looking for is gone?
oh. And that's
And a single bloody tear rolls down her face.
at which point I give her a big hug, and I'm like, hey, grief is a whole different beast, and it's one of those things it's gonna get easier. It's not gonna go away, but it's gonna get easier. I promise you that.
God, I hope so. JT, Bronze, got no Big Al. Find him. On a bus. Yeah, I got you. You know we find anybody. That's what we do.
Thank you, I appreciate.
Show, girl. JT and Bronze leave out. Thank you, Serenity. Thank you.
You're welcome. And like I said, you need me for anything, please don't hesitate to call. You're my friend.
I appreciate it. I think I need to be alone for a bit now.
That's okay. And besides, I need to get back to Delroy anyway. So I'll see you later. Like I said, need anything, call, and we'll be in touch.
Make sure Delroy is taking care of himself. I heard what he did, and that's not something you can easily recover from. So keep an eye out for him.
Yeah. I'm doing my best to keep everybody. I'm doing my best. I'll do my best. Don't worry. I got it.
I know. Have a good night, Serenity.
You too. And I leave, and I head back to Delroy's, where I live.
Delroy, how have you spent your past 2 months?
Delroy has finally embraced being a Baron. He still has a lot to learn, but he had fought it for a long time, and he's finally embracing it. Mostly through kind of solidifying, I don't know if the term army is proper, but this gang of thin bloods who were already in the neighborhood, but kind of putting them under his umbrella, his enforcement, and trying to keep a lot of the crime, both kindred and human, out of the neighborhood. And I think that he would also be wondering about Raka's businesses, and I wonder if he would be looking into that, or what Raka was up to besides just wrecking the joint. But I think his main thing would be trying to lock down the neighborhood.
Indeed. So let's talk a little bit about that. You said you wanted to know more about Raka's businesses. You also would have had to repair your bodega.
That's right.
Because your bodega was put under attack in the shenanigans that happened on Massacre of Moyama Singh. What you probably would have found as you put feelers out there to learn more about the crime and criminal activities that were happening in South Philly specifically, is that Rock had his hands in a lot of shit. From drug trafficking to people trafficking to money laundering to like basically all of the major crime in the neighborhood tied to him in some way. He was doing protection for businesses. Protection. And now that he's gone, you see all those places that where he had basically a iron grip on things, that's sort of shaken. And any old person was like, oh, so this little, other bodega or this Chinese restaurant or this pizza spot, oh, they're not under Raka's protection anymore. I'm about to get in on that action. And thus, this is what you've been having to deal with weeding out, if that's what you've been working on.
Yeah. I think that Delroy does not give a shit about human trafficking, drug trafficking, any of that stuff. I think before he diablerized Anas, it would probably be more ethical than it is now, just practical, since he's lost a bunch of humanity in that action. But I think when it comes to people messing around in the neighborhood, trying to start their own protection rackets, I think he would defend against that. And one last thing I would like to add on is that, as well as looking into Raka's business, I think he would also be looking for the one who got away.
Yes, our Gangrel, who
finding out where, seeped into the ground at the end of the fight or whatever.
Indeed.
Did I get that right?
Yes. No, you have it right. You're gonna go seep to the ground. Oddly, that Gangrel has not been seen since that night. There was even an attempt to dig up the area to see if maybe he was still under the ground. No dice. What you may have heard or learned from other Gangrel is that Gangrel often take the shape of animals when they want to get away from things, places, or people. It may have been the case here. Can't say for sure. What I can say is, you need to make me a rouse check. Okay. Oh, no. That's two of them.
I don't know why.
We're going to count the first one. Because the first one was a success. So we're not going to make your hunger go up. So you can tick one off, or what have you.
You always have one, or am I just done now?
You always have one. Unless you suck someone dry, which the last time we were here, you did. You certainly
that's
did.
That's why I was empty.
Yeah, that's why I was empty. As it stands, you've been dealing with some of the consequences of that. You have a particular quirk that you picked up, Delroy. How about you tell the people about what this quirk is as of recent?
After diablerizing a Nosferatu, Delroy has taken up this quirk of keeping his face covered. And I think that he wears a scarf around his neck, and has a tendency to keep it over his nose and mouth. I think it happens more often around people that he doesn't know very well, or in instances where he, I don't know, if maybe feels uncomfortable. So I think there are many probably thin bloods or other people who have never even seen his full face, but have had contact with him for sure.
Yes, Delroy, when you look in the mirror, you don't always see your face. You see
Well,
something horrible. It is a misshapen, sort of lumped up visage that disgusts you. Like, when you were embraced, you were not a young man, but you weren't old, and you were relatively in good health. When,
and good looking.
yeah. So when you go down and you work at the bodega, you make yourself look older as to, put on the proper show for someone who's been in the price for you. But now the makeup and the affect you picked up are starting to become more pronounced, because when you look at yourself, you don't see yourself all the time.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, absolutely.
When Delroy sees this other face, I'm not I'm still Delroy. It's not like I'm like in the mind of this other person. I'm like,
No, you're still you.
I look like, so it's frightening to me. I know that I'm seeing this other face.
You look like you if you became a Nosferatu.
I see.
Sharp teeth, misshapen elf-like ears, lumps, chicken pox-like spots on your face, pale skin, oddly slitted eyes. It doesn't happen all the time, but it does happen sometimes. When you feel your face feels like your face. But it's hard to shake that feeling when you look in the mirror, or you go across one of your cold storages to grab a drink or something, and you see a reflection of yourself in your bodega. You see a monster.
And I think that would be also reflected in some of the things that Delroy's been doing to maintain, or what he thinks is maintaining, control over the hood. And at times embracing it, and at times kind of shying away from it. But those moments of shying away and being, I don't know if guilty is the right word, but something close to it, those moments are becoming fewer and fewer as time is passing.
Indeed. And you've been taking control. Maybe not doing the crime directly yourself, but making sure that it is not as out of hand as it was. And South Philly is getting better. It's actually, in comparison to some of the other neighborhoods in Philly right now, is one of the tamest. Which is the eyes on you thinking, hey, maybe that Delroy guy's doing some of the right things in the area. Maybe he's just lucky. Who knows? Delroy, also, you are one of the primary distributors of blood in your neighborhood, though that was interrupted because of Raka's shenanigans, where they completely obliterated your blood supply. Even some of the White Tears vintage that you had. But but I'd imagine over the last 2 months you reestablished this, right? You got down to docks and got things flowing once again.
That shipment was also something that was held up by Prince Jackson and Sovereign.
Indeed.
And all that good stuff came from Sovereign. But a lot of my connections to get blood overseas, and I won't tell you guys where else because it's none of your business, but wherever he was getting his blood, he was able to reestablish those connections. And I imagine that I imagine like Thin Blood's handling a lot of that shipment. Like maybe he has a crew that like picks it up from the docks and drives it to the bodega in a fridge truck.
Well, now that the old Night Security Agency is not entirely in control, they still exist there, but they don't have the same sort of power that they had under Sovereign. And there's no Tyreek. But that hasn't stopped you. And many of the workers that they had there before, they're not there anymore at all. It's like they all quit at the same time. Who'd have thunk it? But you have your own workers established there within your connects, and you've reestablished your blood trade. Is there anything else that Delroy would have done or be talking about? Like, where will you find Delroy this evening?
The other thing that Delroy would have done is, after fixing up the bodega, he would have done some things to make it more secure. So that would include some cameras. He's got his own exit if things ever get too hefty, some sort of back exit, and also having some wards done on the place to protect it from, we could say, supernatural uninvited guests.
Indeed. And you've met a young Tremere who has done some of the warding for you. We're going to come back to that later on. But with your new place, I'd imagine that's where we find Delroy this evening, right? At the bodega?
Absolutely.
You have created a bit of a name for yourself, Delroy. You are a bit of a celebrity, if the Kindred can have a celebrity, especially among the Anarchs. You are known both in this domain and beyond because despite all of the other Anarchs that you know, there are not a ton of them who really embraced having Thin Bloods be their like friendly neighbors, because at the end of the day, most Kindred hear Thin Blood and they think, oh, these are the harbingers of the end of the world, because that's what the religion has taught them, and this is what sires after sires after sires have passed down to those who they have embraced. That once you see a bunch of Thin Bloods happening, that's when the antediluvians are going to come back and they're going to take their blood back. And that will be the end for everyone. So, even some of the most progressive Bruja or Gangrel, anarch leading neighborhoods are like, what all these was maybe like 2 or 3. You have a whole freaking neighborhood of them. But this also made you something of a hero to some of these people. And you having the connection to blood and more easy to get bags has also made a bit of a name for yourself. And that's where we will meet up with our dear Ravenos. Oscar, let's tell the people a little bit about yourself. Who is Oscar? What does he do? Where did you come from? Why did you find yourself at Delroy's Bodega?
Oscar is a man who's traveled around, sowed some seeds in various locales, but over the past 2 years has made Philadelphia his home, working around, trying to stay within the shadows, and has come to Delroy's because he needs to stock up on some things. Needs to replenish a little bit of some supplies.
All right. So, Oscar, you entered Delroy's bodega. What does Oscar look like? Who is Delroy looking at when he sees Oscar step in here? Because you are a new face.
I am a new face. Um, Average height, probably around like 5'11". Bit of a build on them. Able to carry himself fairly well. Just a face that, you can easily forget about. Nothing really too special about him. Nothing really to stand out.
Cool. And how do you approach Delroy? This is gonna be between you all. RP this out.
Walk in, look around, around the bodega, try and pick up, see if they have anything. I'll go get myself water from the fridge, see if there's anything else around. Hey, you got any of that hand sanitizer drawn around here? I know some of the place has been out, but you got anything?
Yeah, we got some of the hand sanitizer. Look at the aisle right over there next to the tampons. You'll find them.
Tampons. All right. Appreciate that.
All right.
Goes picks up
You
some.
new to the neighborhood or something?
To this one, yeah. I've been in the city for a few years. Haven't been around here though. This is all new to me.
I know a lot of faces. I know all the faces that come in here. I haven't seen yours before. Yeah. I'm Delroy. This is my place.
Oscar. Nice place you got. You got the
I
little
know.
bodega cat too?
I kid. His name's Ed, and there's Ed sweeping up an aisle. Make a joke. Does Ed laugh at my joke?
Ed just looks back over his shoulder
This
at
is a
you.
ghoul.
Ha, boss. Ha.
Strangest looking cat I've ever seen. How you doing, Ed?
I'm doing pretty good.
So what else you got around here, Delroy?
And I could probably sense that homeboy's part of the family.
Yeah, I would say unless you're intentionally trying to pretend to be more human, what you would notice for certain is that his mask doesn't move when he breathes or doesn't breathe. This is one of the easiest things to notice because of COVID is that if a kindred isn't actively paying attention to it, they don't breathe. And their masks don't move because people breathe. Their masks move.
Okay. So then I think that okay, so I was gonna say something like, well, Oscar, I know that I don't know you, but I have a feeling that I might know something about you. And so we might have something in common. So you can now tell me exactly what you're looking for and we can talk about it.
I go up to the counter, put down the water, 2 small bottles of hand sanitizer. Look at Delroy in the eye and I say, "You can put this away." Running kind of low, and word on the street is that you were the place to go to. I was looking for a resupply. Got any laying around?
Oh yeah, of course, we can take care of that for you. How much are we looking for?
Maybe about 2 days worth. Not looking for much.
Can be easily done. Ed, prepare a couple of bags for our friend here.
Nothing fancy.
Are you any good at checkers? Oh, don't worry about that. I have a feeling. Are you any good at checkers?
Used to be. Used to be back in the day, but you get older, don't really have time to play checkers anymore. Until you find out that
Tell
you've
me
been
about
playing
it.
it all life long.
Well, tell me more. And Delroy's going to come around the counter and gently put an arm on your back and start guiding you back outside where there's a milk crate with the checkerboard on it.
It's quite
Sit
cold.
down.
And there's not many other people like around to just hang out, but like the people who come past your bodega, they know you, Delroy. They know that you're out. No matter how cold sometimes, unless it's a blizzard outside, you're probably outside playing checkers. If you're working. And yeah, you go play your game. Serenity, I think if you were heading to the bodega, this would be around the time that you show up and you see this new fellow playing checkers with Delroy.
I'd walk up to the two. Sorry, were you gonna say something?
Yeah, I'll say, Serenity, meet our new friend Oscar. He was just about to tell us about where he's staying and what brought him to the hood.
Oh, hey,
Oscar, how you doing?
nice to meet you, Serenity.
Yeah, guess you want me to open up a little bit more. I move my piece a little bit on the board, continue playing as I'm talking. Yeah, I've been living here and there, just trying to stay as much out of the limelight as possible. Especially after the shit that got pulled not too long ago. I don't want to be caught up in that stuff at all. But just trying to get by. I think we all are now.
I don't know, you said getting by and staying out of trouble. That's the name of the game. Sometimes it takes a little bit of work to get that way, but that's also my goal, at least.
It's good
Yeah,
to hear.
yeah, things have been crazy, but we're doing our best.
I mean, nowadays that's all you can do. Especially with, and I point to my mask, this bullshit going around.
Yeah.
This nonsense. I mean, when is it gonna end? You know? I miss the days of not having to, I don't know, look like a forget it.
As you say this, a man walks up. Dark skin, tall, looks fairly young. Maybe late teens. Kind of curly hair, natural cut, faded on the sides, high at the top. And he has like a thin coat on. It's thinner than you'd expect for this weather, but whatever. Some people are just acclimated to Philly weather. And he looks directly at you, Delroy. He says, "It'll end all things, then, bro. Like, when enough people die, that's when the shit get fixed. Feel me?"
I guess so. I guess that's also when the right people do the right things, also get fixed.
Yeah. But the right people don't always do the right things, you know?
I guess it's easier said than done, son.
I feel like that's an excuse Bunch you old heads use. Sometimes you gotta just take action. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess it's a youthful way to do without thinking, to act before considering what will happen. Is it better? I would disagree.
Hey, you be right on that one though. Like, it's a youthful act. That's what the young ones do. They don't always think before they do. Hey, y'all seen Big Al?
Big Al? No, haven't seen him around in a while.
Yeah, me neither.
You a friend of his?
I know his brother.
Is that right?
Yeah, but Tyreek hard to find though. I thought maybe Al might know something.
Well, all I know is that Tyreek's been out of pocket for a couple months now, so
That's real
it's been
interesting.
hard for everybody to get a line on him.
Yeah, I heard. I heard he ain't low on purpose. He might be involved in some things that he shouldn't be involved in. At least that's just what the street's saying.
Hmm.
I think if you got something to say, you should just spit it out, clear as day. Which would be is that a vampire saying clear as day? Anyway,
I look around and make sure no like kine are around before. Yeah.
If there's another crate, he'll kick it over to himself and sit on it real smoothly. Goes, I got plenty to say, but you ain't gonna like half of it. Maybe more. Maybe you won't like even more. By the time I'm done talking, you're gonna regret the fact that I'm not dead. Well, at least not traditionally. And he takes off his mask and he shows his fangs. Give me a. I'm trying to think of the right role for this, but I think it would be intelligence and awareness. All of you are sitting here. Oscar, you probably be the least familiar, but give me an intelligence awareness roll.
Would I be showing up anytime soon, or am
I
I
was
just
just
like
about to get there. We're
ba,
getting,
ba, ba, ba,
we're getting,
ba?
we're
Okay.
getting to you, Ari. I promise. I'm not gonna leave you hanging.
I'm gonna spend a willpower.
shit.
No way, I can't do that. Well, I can. It's just only be 2 instead of. I need to get a blood bag.
I got a failure.
That's a fail. You can spend a willpower if you like to.
Oh, fuck it.
I was completely biffed.
How do I do
Intelligence
Completely.
and
That's-
what was the other one?
That's better. 2 successes.
It was int and awareness. You should have had more dice.
Okay, success.
So you have a success. You had a success as well, Serenity. And
Two.
Oscar, you should have had. It would have been 2 plus 3. You should have had 5 dice.
Is my
So you click the plus at awareness, and then you double click the dice, black die by intelligence.
okay. There we go.
Okay, well you found a new way. Serenity and Delroy. You vaguely remember this kid. You've seen him before. Once. When y'all were in the Union League. Walked past him. Didn't really pay him much mind because y'all were going to see Jackson. But you are almost certain this was his sheriff. This is Damien. And as he sees the recognition on your faces, he goes, "Y'all look like y'all surprised to see me."
A little bit. Not gonna lie.
You think everybody just died? That everybody was just in that building that was connected to Jackson?
Nah.
Also, just know that the cam's been super quiet. That's all.
Yeah. Besides, well, I can't assume everyone went up in flames. Can't know who got out. So.
As it stands right now, I'm a sheriff without a prince. So I don't make me much of a sheriff at all. Maybe you could call me a vigilante.
Okay.
So this isn't the Camarilla coming to knock on my door?
Oh, they coming. I'm just not the hand that's going to be coming for you directly. You see, your friend, Big Al, me and him had a little chat, you know. And it seems that he don't know nothing about Tyreek. He don't know. Y'all know Tyreek now, don't y'all?
Yeah, we knew him. Haven't seen him.
Y'all know what he is now, too, though.
We heard, yeah.
He's something of a legend, kind of like you, Delroy. Just a little different, though. Like, he done founded his own religion and shit, or something like that. They follow him. The man that killed the prince, Tyreek. How you just gonna disappear after that?
Is this something that I would have known about? Or that we would have known about?
Yeah.
We
Yeah, people talk about Tyreek. They talk about him. He is like in this short bit of time, like people have been like, if one man can topple an empire, what else can he do? And this has gotten a lot of the kindred who are not necessarily hard anarch, but not Camarilla either. The ones who want to be independent, they're leaning more towards a more religious path sort of thing. And I think, Ari, this would be around the time that you pull up. So I can't imagine you walked or took a train in this weather. Ari's a little
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
And you see this young man talking to them.
Would I recognize him?
Give me that same roll. We'll see. You would. You know this Damien.
I leave you alone for 2 nights and you have the sheriff here and a stray, Delroy.
apparently he's no sheriff, Ari. He's a vigilante. He's come here to talk about Tyreek and his church of whatever madness they're doing over there.
Dr. Sir. Welcome and good evening. I heard your side got blew up.
I heard similar.
You know, when there's a fire like the one that took out the Union League, like,
Verifying anything is very difficult.
precisely, especially if they owe kindred, you know.
I will celebrate when I can throw his ashes into the sea myself.
Celebrate, you say? I assume you weren't a big fan.
I know very few kindred who are.
Hey, that motherfucker was a cocksucker, to be honest with you. So
There you go.
I didn't
Over
like his
Delroy.
ass either.
I'm gonna go inside for a moment. I'll be right back. It's too damn cold out here.
Yeah. Ha 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 ha.
Go inside, get a snack real quick, because I know where they're kept.
So as you know, I'm here for answers. I wouldn't be coming to you if it wasn't for answers, or if I wasn't coming here to kill you. It'll be easy. But it seems like you're doing good things around here, Delroy. I ain't trying to fuck up your groove, at least not on purpose. So y'all gonna help me find Tyreek or what?
I mean, I don't know.
The answer is
Say you
yes or
come here
no.
and you like. Well, the answer is no. I'm gonna give you the long answer, or you can accept the no.
I'm a patient man.
Listen, I don't know where he is, but you know this neighborhood, South Philly, doesn't run by itself. He's not causing me any trouble. I don't want to cause him any trouble. I haven't been looking for him. I don't know where he is.
Always causing you trouble by proxy. You know I ain't the only person searching for Tyreek.
They're gonna
What do
keep
you
coming
mean?
toward us. They're probably gonna keep coming toward us because they think we know the answer.
Al.
That makes sense.
Yo, coterie mate Alfred. Or Big
Yeah.
Al as he's called in your neighborhood.
Yeah. Trust me.
He looking for Tyreek too. I thought I was gonna have to shank it out of him. Ah, you kidding? You made it real simple for me though. He was just like, I don't know where he is. I'm gonna find him, and we gotta figure out what's going on. He was real sorry though when I told him that y'all knew he was a kindred though. Real sorry about that.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know. If I can't help you, what else would you want from us? And when you find Tyreek, what's your next step after that?
I'm gonna bring him in front of the new council. And then you know what's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
Nice sword waiting for him. And I'm gonna be the one to wield it.
Well, I think I would like to wish you the best of luck. If I could help you, I guess I would.
Yeah, we don't know. We don't.
I didn't ask you just if you just knew. I asked if you would help.
I mean, I look toward Delroy like, mhm.
I think that it's something for me to think about. If I help you to find Tyreek, I'm inviting the wrath of Tyreek and his followers. When right now, as you say, I'm in my groove, or hitting a groove with the neighborhood. I'm hitting such a groove, I've got new friends coming here just to say hello and play a game of checkers.
Yeah, well, you a baron. You think you gotta worry about
Now,
Tyreek's followers?
If I
I mean,
help
how many
you,
are
I
there?
guess there's part of it is bringing Tyreek to the cam, and we get to gain a little favor in who's next to run the city, right?
No, absolutely not.
Weigh the two.
Delroy. I don't think that's gonna happen.
That's real funny though. I appreciate the joke.
You should have heard this cat joke I told earlier in the bodega. Oscar, tell him about the cat joke I told.
Oh, you mean your bodega cat?
That's the one.
Real cute. Real cute.
Mhm.
And he yells out the back door, not that cute.
You're wonderful, Ed. Don't you worry.
So I guess this is where it stands. I haven't made a decision either way if I'm gonna find Tyreek yet, but if I hear something, I'll keep you in mind. How about that? Best I can do right now.
And as you say that, Delroy, you're looking at Damien, and then you're not. He's on his feet, you're on your feet, and he has moved incredibly fast. Let me roll this roll just so you know how many it's.
That's too many. I think you miscounted. No, that's too many. You miscounted.
Small number.
I'd like as soon as he makes a move to attack him, I grab my army knife. Like, I grab it, I have it ready in case I need to stab a motherfucker.
He doesn't attack you per se. He just grabs you, and you go from on your butt sitting on a crate. He goes on his butt and sitting on a crate to you being held up by your chest, like your coat up against the wall, and he goes, "The next time I come back over here, I won't be asking." And he drops you. And then in the same move, he grabs all of your checkers pieces and pockets them. And he's, "I'm taking these. Y'all have a good night."
I go and I look at Damien as he's walking away, help up Delroy. I'm like, did he actually fucking do that? We didn't even get to finish our
Looks
match.
like you did. My
Help him out.
goddamn checker pieces.
Good thing he moved too fast. I would have put this in him, and I hold up the army knife.
Oh yeah, you'd have known this would have been a bit of like sort of out of character, but like you especially, Serenity, you know that has been a cat's grace, some fleetness. He was on his bag just now, essentially.
Uh-huh.
That was just a light flex, it looked like for him.
Gotcha. Okay. Look. Well. Fuck, we should have asked him where where he saw Big Al. Big Al's been missing for 2 weeks. If he saw Big
Al will
Al,
come back when he wants to. Big Al comes back.
usually
I
in
actually
like
thought
4
that
days.
Big Al being away would cause us less trouble than it has. And frankly, for 2 weeks, it's been fine. But of course, we all knew that all this was going to come to a head eventually.
Right. I don't know.
Big Al will come back.
Would you all come in the damn store? It's cold.
Coming. Also, I'm grabbing a snack, and I go in because I would also know where that's kept. Grab a bag.
Oscar, I'm sure your package is ready. We'll go in and settle up.
Appreciate that.
When you check your pockets to go settle up on your cash in, you notice there's a note in your pocket.
I stop, take it out, just get a quick peek at it. Is it a handwriting I'm familiar with?
No. But you did not have this before.
I'll just pocket it back in my
Did
back in my pocket.
Did you look at the note? Did you open it up?
I just checked to see if the handwriting was something similar to I knew.
What it says is, I know who you are, Ravnos.
Crumble it up. To the back of my pocket.
Thank you. Here you go.
Oh no. Thank you, I appreciate it. I guess I could come by here if I need to stock up again, and maybe we could settle our game of checkers.
I mean, I definitely was going to win, but yeah,
Hey.
it would definitely be fun to play again.
Well, now that you're off the game a little bit, might not be the case next time. Take care,
Hopefully,
Ed.
you see what kind of
Meow.
poor Ed.
Ah, 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 ah. So are you really gonna make them call me cat now? I'm a cat now. Cool. That's cool.
Just for tonight. It's funny, Ed. It's funny.
Uh-huh.
Don't
And I-
torture Ed.
I wave. I'm like, I'm Ari, as Oscar's leaving.
Oscar. Serena, it was good meeting you.
You too.
Maybe I'll see you folk later.
Definitely.
Where are you staying?
Oh,
Around.
Hey. We get
I
a lot
very
of.
mysterious, this one.
Somewhere where this asshole won't be able to find me. I hope.
Is that Delroy you pointed at, Ed, or Damien? Because really,
Damien.
You looking for you?
Oh, now he's seen me with you. Who knows? I've never seen him before.
That's fair. We're very well known, I guess, apparently.
Seems like it.
You could say they have a bit of a reputation. Ed pipes in.
Thank you, Ed, for the that.
Y'all take
Well,
care.
Yeah. You come by tomorrow night. We'll see about that checker game, and we'll talk.
All right. All right. Sounds like a plan. Stay out of trouble.
never.
Trouble finds us.
Apparently, Dracula's running a blood clinic, so I have to go poke that eventually. But I just find it funny.
What?
There's a Dracula? I thought that guy didn't exist. I said I know there's actual kindred, but I didn't think he was one of the actual kindred.
No idea.
Gotcha. Okay. Blood
There's always
drive?
something in this damn city.
Yeah, true.
I just
Yeah.
felt you would all appreciate that.
Yeah, we do. I do appreciate that. Thank you.
So what's your plan? Clip on your old hospital ID and walk in there?
I don't know. I've been bored. I might take up a teaching job. But no, I just plan on walking in and seeing what the hell happens. Because really, my sense of self-preservation is terrible since meeting all of you.
Yeah, fair. That's fair.
Well.
So,
Ever
Big
since the
Al-
Boogaroo, we've just been.
It's been a mess. Big Al apparently wants us dead then.
Oh. Why would you say that?
That's what he just
Is that
said.
what
It.
you?
Big Al's kind of salty that you knew his Tyreek was a kindred. That did you not catch that?
I didn't catch
I
that
don't
part.
think that means he
Sorry.
wants us dead.
Well,
I'll
maybe.
assume-
I caught that.
yes.
Just,
We don't know. That's the thing. I've been trying to track down Big Al to make sure he's okay, or find out if he's gonna kill us. But
As I said about my sire, I'm going to assume that they want us dead.
And as you say that, I'm going to assume they want us dead. Al appears basically out of the shadows.
Jesus,
I don't want y'all dead.
Oh, that's reassuring.
Thank God! Oh my God! And I go over and hug him, like, dude, where have you been?
He does not hug back.
Oh. Hey, everything okay?
No.
Okay, what's wrong?
I think y'all know what's wrong.
Well, you mean with your brother? Yeah, we just kind of got tilted.
Y'all knew, didn't y'all? Y'all knew he got turned.
It was my fault.
What?
Why didn't y'all just tell me?
Time out. Question. I know Ari didn't tell us that hers about the sire arrangement, right? That part she kept to herself. Unless I was just checking. So okay, back in character. What? I heard he was kindred. Didn't hear that part.
Will you come up and talk?
And he looks like you're familiar with this, Ari. Sometimes when you've gotten extremely angry, you get a little bit of a shadow sort of aura around you. And he has that, but he looks like he's controlling it. He's like struggling to, but it's just like little bits of shadow are kind of like wavering around him. And he goes, yeah, we could talk. Serenity,
Okay.
I'll add that this is not the first time you've seen this with Al. Because you've been hanging out with Al since the incident. And ever since he had Diablerized Raka, this has been a thing for him. Daura, you have seen what happens multiple times with Big Al when his emotions get a little out of sorts. You saw him destroy a whole pier. And, you know, the giant tentacles of doom that came out during the massacre of Moyamensing. This is, to you, it looks less like what happened when he was basically talked to and possessed by the Methuselah. This looks like just rage inside of him that he cannot quite let go of.
Okay. I think that Delroy is going to lead the way upstairs to talk. Ed, mind the shop. And he's going to put an arm on Big Al and kind of guide him upstairs and say, we've kept your room. Your room is still up there waiting for you. As he leads the way upstairs.
Just, thank you, Delroy. You didn't have to do that. I know it's been a couple weeks and I haven't talked, but I had to try to go find him.
I understand. And I did have to do it because what I tell you, it's all of us together looking out for each other, right? Now I know you had to do what you had to do. You know, it took you that amount of time, but you can always come back here. Do you understand me?
No, I don't think I can. I can't keep coming back here. I saw it. I saw Damien. He looking for my brother, which means he's gonna be looking for me again. We talked. He tried to take me. He real strong. Like real strong.
All right, let's go and sit, and you tell us from the beginning.
Yeah. We'll talk about it. Let's talk about it. Yeah.
And he kind of looks at the sofa and he just slowly sits down in it, like an old man taking a seat in a chair. and he goes, Delroy, you got something. I can eat you. I even take the nasty blood pops. Those gross though.
Oh,
I'm just saying. But
I
I
think,
take one.
I assume I have a bag in the fridge. Can I just give him a bag?
For sure.
Yeah. Reusable straw. Boom.
Capri Sun.
Try this, Big Al.
He takes the bag from you and he just cuts it with his teeth and just that helped a little. So so Tyreek blew up the prince.
Yeah.
And he Kendrick now.
Yeah.
I was with y'all on that night when Sovereign took him, but I didn't know Sovereign changed him. But was it? I don't even know if it was Sovereign. Nobody seems to know anything. They don't even know for sure if he did it. Everybody just like, we saw him there, so it must have been his fault. He must have blew them up. Tyreek is a warrior. He my big brother. Like, he looked out for me before, but I don't think he a terrorist.
Mm-hmm.
But the Camarilla looking for him. And these people, they weird. They super weird. The ones that I used to kick it with down in the tunnels before the Nosferatu told us we can't come back no more. They like Tyreek's doing the good work. He taking out the elders so they don't come for the young ones again. He more true to the Anarch cause than any of y'all are. That's what they saying.
Huh.
Okay.
Hmm.
So I went looking for him. I asked a bunch of people. Some of them have seen them. They said that like, I don't know. It's like a cult. I don't think Tyreek would start a cult by himself. But they want to kiss the hem of his robes. They want to hang out with him. They say I look like him, and they wanted to like be closer to me, which freaked me out. And I had to go. I couldn't stay around him no more. Cause me, well, y'all know what I do to other kindred. And I find that while there's a bunch of criminals that I can go after, I don't always just want criminals no more.
Mm-hmm. And the last time you saw Tyreek was down in the tunnels before the Nas kicked you all out?
No, I haven't seen him at all. I can't find him.
Okay.
But you've seen some of his followers.
Yeah, them weird folks.
Okay.
What makes them weird aside from the cultiness?
I mean, they didn't even know who he was till they thought he killed the prince. So let me ask you this, Ari. How many people you know? Well, how many white people you know that just start worshiping a black dude?
I mean, that's basically Christianity. They just forgot the black dude part. But that's besides the point. They don't just start out of nowhere. That's weird. I agree.
It's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Something weird is happening in Philly. I don't know what it is. Also, I saw a monster, y'all.
A what?
A monster. I don't know what else to call it.
Monster.
It was,
What did it look like?
it had like 12 faces and they were all saying words and it had a bunch of arms and legs and it looked like it was a person, but like a person made of other people. Like you ever play one of them video games where they talk about golems? It was like a golem, but made out of people.
Mm. Don't like that. Not one bit.
It was
That's not a
down.
real thing.
It was
Is that a
down
real
in
thing?
the tunnels,
Ooh.
and I think that might be why the Nosferatu told everybody they gotta go.
I would definitely kick people out if they started making 12 armed, half dozen face creatures in my house. Yeah.
Are you a doctor? Can you put people together like that? Is that something you know how to do? Like it's like Frankenstein, but
Grosser.
yeah.
Are you asking me to try or are you
No, no,
asking
no,
if
no,
I
no,
could
no,
make
no,
it
no, no, no,
up?
no, 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 no.
No.
Like, I mean, I could give it a shot if that's what you
I
want to.
I was just asking if that might be something you know how to do, but don't know. If you don't know how to do that, don't try. That thing was scary, and I had to hide.
No.
Mhm.
And
I
it
could probably put a body back together, but combining multiples with extra pieces is not in my current repertoire. No.
I I'm scared of what I might do, y'all. I think I need to like be in torpor or something. That's the right word for it, right? Like you stab them in the heart and then they stop and they can't move no more. I think I need that to happen to me because if not, I might do something bad. Since since
What?
since I took since I took Raka, I'm hearing him in my head. He hates you, Delroy. He hate you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you can tell him the feeling's mutual. But, jokes aside, I understand what you're going through. I understand that feeling of dualness, of two-ness, but
I
every day I
I didn't.
keep it down.
I have. I've eliminated a lot of bad guys. A lot.
Mm-hmm.
But none. This has never happened to me before. I'm real scared.
You have every right to be.
What do you think, Doctor? Is there something unique about Raka? What would this be?
Do I have, like, I mean, I can make shit up. Is there like a role? Is there like, 'cause I got theories.
Let me take a look at your character sheet because I want to say that I remember you taking some books
I
from
did.
the Union League that was
did.
in his library, and I think maybe you found a little bit either about what sort of thing can create a monster like that, or a little bit of the theories that exist around Diablerie. So I would take a intelligence academics check here. I think that would be a good roll.
Gladly. Come on, 7 dice.
You need one more
Willpower.
success. Do you want to burn a willpower?
Sure. Wait, how the heck? This always messes me up.
Just the in the willpower area, just click the SP one.
There we go.
You rerolled all 4. No, that was not what you.
Oh,
Yeah.
gosh darn it. All right.
I'm gonna say we'll just count that as a success.
Okay.
You don't know what the shit is happening with Big Al. You've read about diablerie. You've read about people taking the soul of others and sometimes becoming like dual souls and things of that nature. But he's told you that on multiple times he has committed diablerie and nothing has ever happened to him. And now, whatever powers that he has that is different than what you've seen from other La Sombra, and not quite in line with what you can do, you don't know what the hell is going on with him. However, things have caught your attention, especially around what is it? Vicissitude or something along those lines.
My current areas of interest.
Yes. And you have heard of these monsters that are similar to what Big Al described. These things are called Vazd. I believe that's how you pronounce it. And they are basically they're like a ghoul tank, essentially. They are basically a multitude of ghouls flesh crafted together to become a flesh golem of immense power. You're not 100% positive that's what he's saying, but you have a good idea that's probably the case. And what you know is that there's only one kind of vampire who knows how to do this.
Yeah. I repeat all of that. Let them know a couple other things I have noticed. I think my
Hey.
cat is knocking dice off my table right now.
I was wondering. I was like, nope, that's not mine. I didn't drop anything.
Nope.
Is it doing a hunger check?
Yeah, I guess.
Also, sorry I keep eating off stream. I had to take my meds.
No worries.
Yeah, so there's definitely a whole new wave of folks in the city right now. On top of the chaos.
Great.
Would I know traditionally from having read what faction they fall into?
Oh yes, everything you would have read about the Shinichi, they would be Sabbat.
Also,
They're one of
Sabbat.
they, along with your clan, the La Sombra, are
Traditionally,
the
yes.
founding members of the Sabbat.
Oh boy.
So, I have a theory about why Raka is such a problem. I have no backup for why or if it actually makes sense. Just an idea. However, the monstrosity that you found down in the sewers is a sign of Zimishe or Zimeshi or whatever the hell they're called, because I've only ever read the damn word.
Samishi, I think. I don't know. I've only ever heard the name once. Like in
And,
passing.
They're terrible, and they make the human centipede look like a child's art project.
What?
That's gross.
Delroy's
You know-
never seen this movie.
I've never seen it. I never get to see it. The description is plenty.
Oscar
You
just
don't need to
shivers.
know.
Wherever he's at, he just shivers at the mention of that.
We're
You
getting
don't
back
want
to
to
you
know.
shortly,
Delroy, you
Oscar.
don't want to know. Delroy, you do not want to know.
If you don't know what it is, don't Google it, y'all.
I've never seen it. Don't want to see it. Mm-mm.
So the question now becomes: so now we have to deal with the Shemegashays and their
It's gonna be the new Methuselah.
human
Isn't it?
centipedes in the sewer. But more importantly, we have to deal with Big Al here. So you just have theories, an idea of why
Well,
he's being affected.
the
by
monster
Rockham this
didn't.
way.
It didn't attack me. It saw. I think it's. It had to see me. It had all the faces.
So either the person controlling it or it had some kind of order not to bother you, or it just maybe it missed you, or something.
I did hide pretty quick once I saw it. I did.
Yeah. So it may not have noticed you, or if it did, then or maybe it had a specific target or something. I'm only two, y'all. I don't know how to do this shit.
Well, I used to wander to Franklin tunnels. You know, just go past the places where the subway don't go, and I just walk around and I'd explore things and I see old stuff, and it's cool. Like some of the Nosferatu down there are pretty nice, but
Then that happened.
yeah, and I think once you start seeing monsters, things get scary, and they locked it down. They kicked everybody out. They even kicked out like the homeless families that were staying down there.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed like were they
Were
angry or
were they doing
reason?
it for the people's possible protection?
I think they were scared.
Mm-hmm.
But they're as good as hiding as I am. So I think they just want a place where they don't have to hide all the time. But I think now maybe they do. That thing, don't go looking for it, y'all.
Not
I'm down with that.
same. We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Ari's like, but there's so much to learn.
But see, if I poke it,
Ari, I see that look of curiosity. Don't do it. Not by yourself.
okay, but what if I poke it?
Poke something we barely know anything about, and I don't know if he'll be able to outpunch.
Oh, it'd probably just eat me or something. Like, I'd probably just meld into it and be like, it'd be a mess.
I don't want that though for you. I don't, for one. In case y'all haven't realized, you mean a lot to me, and I'd rather you not be a part of a monster.
Is there anything else y'all wanted to ask or talk to Al about?
I believe the reason we came up here is because Al was asking something.
Yeah. Al just looks tired.
I can think of it.
And he looks like that blood that you gave him didn't do jack shit.
Oh.
I
As
guess
for-
I think Delaware will hand him another one, and maybe passing the toaster that's in the kitchen for looks only, catches a glimpse of himself and will pull up his scarf a little bit higher and give Al another blood bag. And maybe we should take a break for tonight and get back to it. Why don't you get some rest, Big Al, and we'll talk tomorrow.
Al takes the bag. And this time, like, he looks like he was just gonna go and just like gut it like he did the last one. And he slows down for a moment, goes over to the microwave, he warms it up a little bit first. And then he drinks it slowly. But he's looking at all of you as he drinks it. Like he knows you're worried about him and how he took the first one. And he drinks it slowly, he puts it down, he tosses the bag in your specially place where you dispose of your bags, and he goes, I think I'm gonna go read.
We'll read. We'll figure it out one way or another. It's just it's finding the game plan that's gonna take the longest time. Once we have it, it'll be something.
And y'all, don't keep secrets from me. I know I'm a little sensitive, but
Trust me, bud. I didn't mean to. I honestly thought you. I timeline's a little fuzzy, so I thought I might have mentioned it. Turns out I didn't. Sorry.
it's fine.
So, yeah. But, no more secrets.
Um,
No more secrets.
can y'all do me one more thing?
Ari?
Yeah.
I need y'all to lock me in.
Okay. Lock you in your apartment?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We can do that. How are we going to secure the window? Do I have a thing on? Well, I guess with the new security, maybe there's a thing on there?
Yeah, absolutely. You've reinforced a lot of the things on your place. A lot of the places in your neighborhood have been reinforced, bars on windows, things of that nature. But specifically, the places where you know Kindred are living, with your resources that y'all have scored over time, y'all have started to secure rooms with, not just blackout curtains, but like metal shields to go over windows at night or at the daytime, things of that nature. For your place specifically, you have wards and basically metal boxes for y'all to stay in, though they're more fancily designed for those who like more comfort than that.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, Big Al. We'll lock you in. You got it.
I only say this because I don't trust that maybe, Rocket's voice will get too loud and then I'll come after one of y'all.
Okay. I appreciate that you're thinking of us that way. We'll do as you asked. Don't worry. We got you.
Thank you. Goes in the room, grabs a book, sits down right in the middle of the floor.
Okay. I leave.
Close it. Delra's gonna close the door. I'll close the door and lock it up.
All right. Anything else you want to cover before I over to Oscar?
No, I think we're good. At least I'm good.
Oscar,
Good.
where are you headed, sir? Got in your blood.
Got my blood. I got possible place where I could meet up. I don't want to stay too far.
Did I have you roll a rouse check? I don't think I did.
I did not roll a rouse check.
Roll that rouse check for me. You got hungrier though. Maybe you don't need that blood pack right now, but your beast is definitely telling you, Oscar. It'll be time real soon. We don't have to always do bags too. We could do something else,
This is how it has to be. This is how it has to be. And I put my hand to the seat next to me and just touch the bags and just put my hand over for a bit. Just pat it. And I'll keep driving. I'm heading North Philly.
Interesting.
Spot I know there.
All right. So you make your way to North Philly. You arrive at your location. And what is this location that you are heading to?
It's not the best location. It's not the worst location. Simple house. I could go in through the alley. I got a little place in the back where I could go. renting it out. People are pretty nice. They don't bother me about my business. They know I can come in and out all types of hours throughout the evening. They don't care as long as I get their rent in time.
This is one of your havens, correct?
One of my havens, yes. It's just fair, not too much in there. Don't want to draw too much suspicion. And I just sit down and just contemplate on what took place over at Delroy's. Going over my head that I told Delroy that I wanted to stay away from the people that took part in that bullshit a few months ago. Now it seems like I might be in the thick of it. And even though I had no part of it, having Damien there, well, he might recognize me elsewhere. So now I gotta look. I gotta look behind me. I gotta keep those eyes in the back of my head.
Oscar, once you enter your home and you get settled, you notice on your little coffee table, it wasn't put there by you. There's a book. Looks like a notebook. It's sitting open to one page. And it says, "My dear child, Oscar. It has been some time since we have last spoken, and I'm sure you are quite self-sufficient these days, but you are not hidden. Not from me. I reach out to you only because there's an opportunity for us to gain more power. And I wonder, my child, are you interested in taking that power with me? Or would you have me go at it alone?" And it's signed A. You know this handwriting.
I do know this handwriting. I pick up the book, sit down, read it over once more, let out a deep sigh. Might as well help him out. Because if I don't, who the hell knows who's going to be able to stop him if he gets what he wants. Might as well put some checks in place and hopefully keep him in line. Do I have a way of I'll actually do this. I'll write down on the book. I'll help you out. You asked nicely. What are we going to do?
All right.
Put the pen on top of the notebook. I'll go grab a bag. Let's get a little sip. Just check the quality of it.
It's fairly good.
Roy has some pretty good stuff. Yeah, we'll go back tomorrow. Whip his ass in checkers. And
Yeah, go ahead, please.
I'll go and I'll just sit down for a bit in the other room. Just contemplate the note that I found in my pocket. The note that was waiting for me on the nightstand. And the night's events. and just keep sipping at that bag, just little bit, little bit.
Cool. Before we call this evening, is there anything else y'all wanted to do? And I'm talking about the evening as far as game time. So we still have more game to play, but I just want to
I
make
can't
sure
think of
there's
anything.
nothing else. Okay.
I can't think of anything.
Ari, as you prepare to lay down to sleep, you have what you think to be a reoccurring dream. It is you and your sire Braden walking through the park, having what is a fairly cordial experience between you two, where both of you go hunt and have a little chat. But when you both go to sit down afterwards and you go to talk and he reaches over to touch you, you notice his arm goes through you. And your dream, you're like, maybe that's weird. That's weird. And when you look at him, after his arm goes through you, he doesn't look normal anymore. It is as if all of his skin has been burned. He has boils and blisters and charred parts of himself in front of you. And part of him is even turned into ash. And he says, "Child, I would never let you go. Not in this life or the next."
I knew I couldn't be rid of you that easily. So, the fire then, not my grandsire.
Oh, he would have wanted me dead, but, well, it seems that was someone else's job. You should stay away from him, though.
Which? The one who managed to kill you, or the one who wanted you dead? Or both?
The one who managed to kill me, well, your grandsire would not have taken such a crude method. He likes to do things a little bit up close and personal.
That doesn't actually answer the question.
I don't know who killed me.
Mm.
But I'd imagine that it wasn't a normal fire. Or else I wouldn't still be here with you. This is not even for me. Though it is quite fun to mess with your head even while you sleep. You rejected me so long in life, child, and now you can reject me no longer.
I mean, for now. As I said to the sheriff who came sniffing around our door, I will be pleased once I can spread your ashes to the sea.
My ashes are probably spread to the various points of Center City, Philadelphia at this point.
Well, are you going to sit here, or can I actually rest?
I'll be with you wherever you go. Don't worry. You can rest easy, child.
That's really gross.
Sleep well, my dearest Ari.
Blech.
And he fades away.
Blech.
And I think we need to take just a short intermission. I need to run to the restroom. But we'll take a short break, and we'll be back with the next night and the next moves of our coterie. Philadelphia by night. Stay tuned.
I got a ghost.
Ghost.
And we're back. Hello, and welcome back to Rolling These 20s Presents Philadelphia by Night. And we had just finished an eventful evening. And we are going to go into our next night. And we will start with everyone taking a good old rouse check.
Oh boy. That rolled out of the box. Ooh, 10.
Why did it roll twice?
I'm at
Did I
one.
do that? No, I'm hungry. What else is new? I didn't
Oscar, it
sleep
rolled
well.
twice for you, so we'll take off one of those hungers.
Did it really?
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh wait, no, you're right.
That's
That was
right.
that was from the other hunger
Mhm.
rouse check. You're right. Don't worry, however, you succeeded. So we got a fail from Ari, a fail from Oscar, and Serenity.
I'm good.
You're
10.
good. All right. So Ari, Serenity, Delroy, did y'all all stay at Delroy's?
I live there, so yes.
I
I-
would have probably stayed,
Okay.
just given the reappearance of Al and seeing the sheriff poking around. I'd have been like, I might hang out down here for the next couple days.
Okay. We're actually going to start where we ended, pretty much, and we're going to start with Oscar. Oscar, gotten your rest. You've been contacted by someone you know very well. There's no additional details on there, but you know what he wants, at least to an extent, because of what he always wants: power.
Yep. That's very true.
How do you begin your evening, good sir? We're going to take off one of those hungers, actually, because you did drink before you went to sleep.
It's true. Yeah. I am going to not expecting to see anything written on the note. Go about the usual means of communicating with A. And before I do that, I go out and I reach my wallet, bring out a picture. It's of this little kid. It's an older photo. Not terribly old, but a bit older. And I just look at it, stare at it a bit, think about how things may have been in a different life. I'll put that picture away and make contact with A. Let them know that I will help A out in trying to obtain the power that they seek.
Okay. How do you communicate this? Is this a phone call? Like, what would you say that your normal way of communicating would be? Is this a note? Do you drop it with, a known ghoul or something like that? Because y'all have special sleeping habits. You are not found in the same places every time.
Mm-hmm. Judging by them saying that they want power, I know that the response is to be immediate, one that can't be delayed. So I'll go out somewhere, maybe Maybe somewhere where there's a phone around I could use.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe like a laundromat down the street. I could just pop in, make a call real quick, reach out and let them know that, of course,
So you will help me, child.
you know I have to.
Well, you could have done this the difficult way, I imagine, but it helps when you are obedient.
It wouldn't have worked out in my favor if I decided to do that. No, this was definitely easier and faster. I know how you are. When it comes to power, you do not wait.
This power will not only be mine, it will be shared with you. I am many things, but I am not stingy.
In
You
that
do
case,
not
it's
have to stay in the hovels and dingy dungeons that you decide to stay in.
no, but it helps to maintain appearances.
You could ask, and your appearance would change drastically, if that is what you want. Obviously, everything comes with a cost.
I am perfectly fine with how things appear right now. Thank you, though.
Yes, you're very welcome. Well, as you know, the Camarilla Prince has been eliminated, and, well, perhaps there will be opportunities for us in our clan to take back some of the power that should rightfully be ours.
Okay. So, are you looking to be the next prince of Philadelphia then?
No, 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 no. They obviously won't take Arabnos as a prince. You dumb child. No, no, no. We just need to be close to the table, close enough to move our checkers pieces, perhaps. Maybe be kinged later on down the line, but be in the right position when that opportunity comes. Yes?
So, you sent him. Did you have me being followed, or was that all a stroke of luck?
For Kindred, I'd say circumstances, strokes of luck, coincidences are often not what they seem. I'm sure you've heard that part of the reason anarchs don't like to be with the Camarilla is because they don't want to feel manipulated by the elders, as the Camarilla are. But let's be completely honest with ourselves, child. We're always being manipulated. Someone always has the upper hand.
Or the pieces of a checker game, so it seems.
Or the pieces of the checkerboard. Yes. I do have eyes in many places, and I have eyes near you at all times. Worry not. They're not meant to harm you. But you are my best asset and my best creation.
I appreciate that.
Yes, I'm sure you do. Your pitiful little human life that you had before now was, well, not honestly worth living. And now I've made you more powerful than you can possibly imagine, and there is even more power for us to have. All you
Well,
have to do is follow me. You should stick close to that Delroy character. There may be power in that for you, too. Perhaps we can manipulate both sides against each other. We've done this dance before.
we have. Sometimes it ends up well, but it can't end up as worse as the events that took place months ago.
Yes, well, this is why our faces are not part of the ones that are known. But I understand there is danger being close to Delroy and his company, but I trust you know your way around danger. You knew your way around the dangers of the Kine election. Yes?
I'm still talking, aren't I?
Indeed. And this is why you're my greatest creation.
Well,
I will send you details of when to meet me and when things need to happen. But just know that I will call upon you. And when I do, you shall answer. Yes.
of course. Yes.
Stay close to Delroy. Find out everything they know. They are quick to trust. Stupid, stupid kindred. Learn all that you can. Steal what you must.
Very well. I'll do
Now,
as you say.
go forth. Good evening, child.
Evening, sire.
And to our coterie.
Hmm?
Serenity.
Ooh.
You awake. And your phone has a text message. It says, I'm not sorry, but I apologize for not letting you know that I was back in town. Though I'm sure you've heard already. It was not time to tell you until now.
Okay.
That's the whole message.
Is that so? That's a text. Okay.
It's a text message, yeah.
Okay. I wait to respond because fell for this once. Gotta be. I need a minute.
Well, I'm sure you understand it was not sent directly by her hand as well.
No, I know. She got a goal to do that. Texting would not be her MO personally, because wouldn't work. Okay. So I don't respond. I wait till I see Delroy and Ari.
Okay.
Because
Ari,
Mm.
one of the first things you notice, I'd imagine you have a feeling, is that the door for Big Al's room is bowed. It's not busted down, but it is bowed.
That's not surprising. And I slept like shit. This is gonna be a long night. Go near it. Hey, Al. Not. Put my ear to the door, see if I hear anything. Not that there'd be anything to hear necessarily, but
Nothing.
okay. Go grab the other two.
hey,
Hey. Door's
how are
wonky.
you?
Well, door's
I'm not
wonky.
shocked.
on
That's
Big
true.
Al's room. And I'd like to, have something just in case he comes out of there like a pissed off bull.
Fair. Sure.
But we should also see if the window is still a window or if it's a hole now. And he is
Who
once again
knows?
gone.
Yeah. God.
So I'll go down.
God.
I'm guessing it leads into an alley or something. See if
I
there's any
follow.
creepy La Sombra shit going on in the alley.
Once you're looking at it from outside,
Yeah.
you notice that you can see from the back alleyway that the glass on the window is broken, but you also see the metal plate is bowed out, and it looks like that hit the glass. But no one left. It doesn't look broken in a way that someone would have left out of here.
Okay. Well,
I mean,
that's-
for a La Sombra, maybe, possibly, he creeped through a shadowy crack or a hole or something like that. It is certainly possible.
but more likely there's somebody inside still.
Yeah, help only.
Seems to be the most likely scenario.
All right. Well,
Hey, I got some you're not gonna like it news. Sierra texted. I don't know how to feel about it. And I don't want to do that whole I answer to her every whim again because I know that's not good, but like taking a minute to fight the urge.
That's fair. That's fair.
Delroy, Al comes running up to you and he says, Delroy, I heard stuff like right before everyone woke up. From Al's
Kind of
room.
stuff.
It sounded like tearing or ripping or like and like
Okay.
like metal and he looks at the door and he goes, oh, it sounded like, yeah, that happened. I'm gonna go back downstairs now.
Thank you, Ed. Mind the store, and I'll take care of it up here. Thanks for letting me know. Go.
Be careful, Delroy. Don't get hurt. The Al doesn't seem right.
I think you're right. Thank you, Ed. And I'm gonna approach the door and tap lightly. Al, are you all right?
Don't hear anything.
I'm gonna wait for the doc and Serenity to come back from the alley.
And y'all arrive back upstairs, just outside of Al's room.
I'm gonna open it. I think we should be prepared to deal with it. Also, be prepared for him possibly not being here.
Okay.
Oh,
I always
he's
got my knife on me, but I don't want
probably here.
I don't want to use it on him, but
I have a feeling if we're going to stop him, we're going to have to stake him. Aim real well.
Gotcha.
I have a question too. Bullets don't do staking sort
No.
of things, right?
Nope, has to be an object.
God damn it! I wish I had my crossbow.
I don't know if arrows count either. I
If
think I
y'all
have to
have
remember that.
any abilities you want to prep or anything
Yeah,
like that,
I'm gonna
you
go
tell
ahead and
me.
pop my arms, my shadow arms, and get a little bit further down the hallway.
Cool. I believe that calls for a rouse check. If I'm,
It does.
yeah, it does. Yeah,
How hungry are you again?
success. You pop
I
your
stay at 2.
creepy shadow arms from the darkest corners of the room. If you've never seen this is on par with Al's tentacles of chainsaw death, but these are actually like, well, how would you make them, Ari?
They're honestly they're less tenderly spooky, and they're much more like arms, just because I'm still kind of new at this and I haven't actually used them in having to grab somebody yet.
Fair.
So it's very much analog, like
Fair enough.
hopefully they get cooler as I practice.
Cool. Now, while these are active, these are the only things you can use. So you are basically prone, not like laying down, but you are basically your arms at this point. You are shadow arms, and your body is just there. So as y'all see these shadowy arms pop out of shadows, you see Ari kind of just get covered up in shadows, eyes become shadow. It's really creepy. But it's about what you expect.
I just look up at the sky and like, look, can he just be fine, please? And I just have my knife ready. I like have it in a pretty easy and stab him if I have to, but
Okay.
I have it ready. It's not
Can I
actively out.
Talk.
It says the vampire can do nothing else
Okay.
but control the arms.
I knocked one last time. Al, if you're doing okay, just let us know you're okay. Or not, or just something, so we know you're still here. That's all we're asking.
Do you want to activate any of your abilities, Serenity?
Ooh,
I mean, you have like prowess.
I do. I just Serenity is very much grappling with, this is my friend. I don't want to hurt my friend, but if I have to, I might have to, and I don't know how I feel about that. I might activate prowess just in case.
Give me a rouse check.
5. I get hungrier.
Indeed. All right, Delroy.
I'm not gonna activate anything. I'm just gonna stick the key in the lock.
Mm-hmm.
Look at look at these shadow arms hovering behind me, and Serenity at the ready, knife in hand, and
It's not in hand. It's literally just in my pocket, and I'm like ready to grab it. That's it. It's not in my hand.
And I'm gonna unlock the door and slowly open it.
When you open the door, what you see is rather gruesome. Al has by hand ripped off the metal plating within the room, taken out a piece of wood, and staked himself. The problem with what you see is that it looks like he couldn't get it right at first. He couldn't get to his heart. Maybe it's because he's a big guy and there's a lot to go through and he just couldn't do it. But the gruesome part is, in order to get to his heart, he has torn his chest open. And you see underneath the ribs, underneath the chest, blood on the floor. It looks like he didn't even try to pick his blood back up. And it's not as bloody as you'd expect with a human, because he doesn't have blood pumping the regular way. It must have been very hungry, because it is not as bloody as it should be. But there is a large piece of wood and metal in his heart. And Al is not moving. You see the open, gaping wound in his chest and the metal. It looks like Al, before he staked himself, tried desperately to get out of this room. His fingers are literally down to bone. And you see the scraping on the walls which he tried to dig out. And on the window, you see that he tried to throw himself into it. His bulk, looks like his shoulder may be dislocated. But he was trying desperately to get out and get to you all. Or get away
Serenity
from
looks
you all.
Serenity looks away for a minute.
I'll just walk in, walk up to it. Oh, I gotta drop my shadows. I'll wait a second and let them go in first, in case we need the shadows.
After he takes a second and then goes in.
Calroy's following and getting very close to Al. Check his face. See, he's in torpor, I guess, but just to check him somehow. What the hell do we do now? What do we do?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. This is more than anything that I was ever told. Like maybe it's the multiple Diablers are fucking him up. I don't know. It's like from what I heard, the more you do it, the worse it gets. I don't know. That could be wrong though. I don't know how to help him.
That's the case. There's no helping him. We have to help him, and I don't know what it is, but he can't. We're gonna keep him like this for how long?
I don't
Unstake
know.
Him,
That might be bad.
we're all unsafe, including himself.
Yeah. I'm with you on that. I don't know what the answer is, and I'm afraid that the only answer there might mean something I don't know if I can do myself.
Think we're of one mind. I think we
I don't
might
wa-
have to kill Big Al.
I don't want to though. I want to make that clear. I know if I have to, I have to, but I don't want to.
Nothing's been decided yet. I think that if we do this, it could solve a lot of problems. It could cause a lot of other problems.
Exactly. I don't know. I don't
The main one being his brother out there.
Yeah. Fuck.
What do you say, Doc?
And
Are you
like,
still immobile, right?
no,
Yeah.
I give it a minute and see if any of y'all are gonna start screaming. I'm like, okay, cool. He's not popping up. I go in, and it's I think the first time you guys have actually seen Ari go into like full Doc mode.
Mm-hmm.
So she kind of just drops to her knees and is like, okay, anterior thoracic cavity is open, and you can see
Everything.
intercostal muscles in all of the ribs. That's a problem.
That's what I was gonna say that. I was gonna say that actually.
Sorry.
Sorry, I know Serenity's not laughing, but Ivy is.
Yeah, like just starts like listing. Okay, and it looks like there is, the bone here is shattered. It feels like that's gonna have to be like almost just like, I know how to do this part, so let me go through this part so that I don't have to deal with the fact that I don't have an answer. I know how to answer these other smaller parts.
Actually, Ari, you're obviously skilled in medicine. Give me an int and medicine check. I think that makes sense here. Jesus Christ.
Just one?
Just,
Please, you.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and retry my willpower because
yeah, spend
Okay.
willpower. Just pick 3 that are not successes, and then roll those. So it's just the SP, and then do the
reroll
thing.
those 3. Come on.
There you go.
You got a success out of it. All right. You notice that maybe even though Al is very little on blood, it's not as messy as you thought it would be, though there is like flecks of skin and such off of him. It is this cavity that he's put in himself It is healing. Slowly, but it is healing.
Okay. So, working theory.
Mm-hmm.
Working theory for the books I took from the Union League. Read
Mhm.
about diablerie. Doesn't say what actually fucking happens. Because, that'd be too fucking easy.
Yeah.
But if I had to guess, it's not just it's a war for a soul and for control. You don't just, I mean, yeah, you kill their body, but we are not that easy to fucking kill. And so now Raka and whatever animated him is in Big Al's head. And apparently doing a good enough job of trying to control the body that Big Al felt, how about not? If I had to guess. That is my working theory. And since we're not allowed to study this shit, I can't actually test it, so I don't know. But if I had to
Right.
guess, that would be my guess.
What's best for Al at this point?
What solutions do we have now?
I don't know enough.
Is-
Short
is-
of going out and diablerizing a half dozen people and then seeing what happens to myself and other people, which would be frowned upon, I know.
Ivy's laughing. Serenity's not laughing.
Ari, in your head, appearing almost next to you, you see Brayden. It's like, you dumb child. Come on. You know you don't have to diablerize to learn things. You can have someone else do it for you. That's how we work. We have other people do our dirty work. Come on. Ari. What vampire clan drinks the blood? There's a bunch of them, and you know who they are. The Banu Hakim. They do this all the time. They go on blood hunts.
Yeah, you guys just see Ari stop and like her eyes roll back into her head so far that it looks like she can see her spine.
You read about this. I've told you about it.
I mean, is there? Which did we ever figure out what clan he actually is?
No.
I know he did a lot of diablerie, and I don't know. I know there's at least one clan out there that has the problem with diablerie, but I don't know if he's the one that's that. I don't remember which one it is though. I just
Banu
remember
Hakim.
which actually would actually kind of make sense because if that's the case, wait.
Technically, most of the Sabbat clans, I think, are a little more loose.
Oh
on
yeah,
the
the Shanisha,
diablerie.
it happens.
They're
I mean, let's be
more
real.
loose.
Some of the Lasombra did too. It's not like it.
I
Are you okay? Your eyes tell me otherwise from your face.
I did not sleep well.
Gotcha. Okay.
Oh, you can sleep if you want to. I'm just a little part of your dreams reminding you that I'm here.
We just have to decide what we're gonna do with Al.
Exactly.
If there's a way that we can help him,
Y'all are boring. I'm
then
leaving.
we need to pursue it.
I agree, but
But he can't stay like this much longer.
and what
I
happens?
mean, in theory, he could stay like this for centuries.
Right, but here's the problem. What if? Here's the problem. People know this place. People know Big Al. People know his connection to Tyreek. Somebody come looking for him and find him stake. They might just unstake him, and then we have a whole new set of problems.
Speaking of which, Oscar, you said you were making your way over here.
I am literally making my way downtown.
You stop inside, and Ed sees you. But what you see from Ed is that he was not like actively watching the shop when you came in. He's like creeping around from up the stairs, and he comes down once he hears the door open. And it's oh hey, you were here the other day.
Yeah. You're right there?
Uh, uh, yeah, I'm good. Everything's good.
Oh, that is such a shit liar.
Delroy around? I got a.
Del
I hold up a little box of checkers. So you want to?
Delroy's indisposed. Yeah, that's the right word, right? Yeah, indisposed.
Indispose.
Yeah.
All right. I'll just tell you what. I'll just hang out front then. I'll get the board set up. You play?
Sometimes I'm not very good.
Well, if you get bored with whatever the hell it is you're doing,
I'm watching the shop. Obviously.
I look around the shop. Do I see anyone else in the shop?
No.
Well, there's no one else in here besides the two of us. What the hell are you watching?
Well, we got robbed once before, and
Well, you can watch from out front when we play checkers.
yeah, okay, yeah. Let's play checkers. What's your name?
Oscar.
Oscar. Okay. Yeah, Oscar. We can
Right,
play checkers.
Ed.
And he kind of looks over his shoulder. Yeah, I'm Ed. Yeah, you're Ed. No, I'm Ed. Yes.
You sure you're okay?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, because you all right. Well, let's.
Ed creeped upstairs while y'all weren't paying attention, and he saw Big Al, and he's disturbed by this.
Yeah.
I am too. Trust me, buddy. Once we have a chance to talk about it, then.
And he's just
go
down
on.
to play with you, Oscar.
Yeah.
And he just keeps looking back at the building like something's going to happen. I don't know. Y'all who are upstairs, what's the move?
I think I want to kill Big Al.
All right, one other thing. You know this. Don't even have to check at this. You know that blood heals. You're the doctor part of you from
Yeah.
you know the healing power of blood. You know that Al can be healed with blood, even while in torpor. So he doesn't have to stay fucked up like this. You've already seen that he's healing a little bit, very slowly.
Slowly. Well, I have a alternate idea
What's the idea?
for the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Hack this half of a 2x4 down to a reasonable size. Give him some blood. Let him, regrow his skin, and then take him over to my place and he can stay there. There's not a ton of people that know where I'm at since I moved.
Right, but is that a temporary solution or a?
I mean, that'll give us a night or two to think without the sheriff popping up and randos walking in to buy
Fair.
blood, and
Wonder what
everybody
Big Al-
knows Big Al has hung out with us, so at least this is probably the first place they will check.
Right. Okay. We should move him or something.
Do Nosferatu ever go? Did they ever do that?
According to Jasper, yes.
Right?
Like I've seen Jasper do it.
I think it'd just be a moment where like the Nas will come through in Del for a moment, Delroy, just feeling like he's made this decision to kill Big Al, and you two are like, no, we're gonna do this and this, and just a flash of a moment of him just like, just kind of tensing about it.
Look at me.
and you get that.
I'm the Baron now.
Yeah. I think it's that, and it's just that look for a second. Just
Okay,
like-
Delroy.
and then
Delroy.
the rational mind will come to him and be like, okay, that makes sense. Well, can you
Give
get
it-
Sarah to come and pick him up in a little bit?
Of course.
And then, yeah. And he'll go
Yeah.
find a saw or something to. Oh, wait, we're strong. I'll just snap the 2x4
I can do that.
till it's smaller. But I done it.
Fair.
Hold on. If you're gonna just break it on him, we're
I
going
was
to.
about to say, I'm like, let's be.
That's going to be
with
a
this.
check to see if you can break this with precision. Do not accidentally pull it out of him while you do it.
All right, back up.
I thought with my lethal body it would be like a no problem.
Lethal body is for like,
armor tax.
Humans!
yeah,
Humans!
harming.
It's in the text!
I thought it would. Okay, I just thought that bones and wood would be very similar things to break. That's all I was thinking.
It's not just that you're breaking the wood; you're trying to break a broken piece of wood that is currently sitting in someone's heart
And not
in a
moving.
precise
Alright.
way and not move it out of.
All right, can
Okay,
I get
how
a
about-
mulligan? But I'm not gonna do it.
I'll give you a mulligan if you don't want to make that move. I am
Yeah,
a
don't
great
make
and benevolent storyteller.
Ari and Serenity will go, no!
Yeah.
He
No,
goes
wait,
in there
wait,
trying
wait,
to just
wait,
break
wait.
it. No.
Yeah.
No.
Delroy just
That
goes,
was-
gotcha, and then.
Delroy, I love you, but don't do that.
Okay, so we'll mulligan that. We just
Oscar,
have that
you hear
awkward nod
the
button.
no scream, and both you and Ed both look, and Ed's like picks up his phone, sends a text message real quick, and he's like, it's your move.
Hold on a second.
To-
I'll start to.
What are we holding for?
I just gotta go. One.
No, I think it's
Okay,
all right.
so-
Just stay here. I'll go check.
I'll go with you because you look kind of.
I don't think that's the best idea. Like,
Then we'll go check. I'll pick up and I'll grab Ed by the by his forearm, by like his arm over here, and I'll just walk up. I guess I could see some stairs, right?
yeah, and you notice grabbing Ed's arm that he feels just not naturally strong. Like this unnatural, like sort of muscle strength to him, and he kind of like pulls away from you, so you have to put a little bit of extra oomph on it to grab him. Or you can
Okay.
use something like all or not if you want to do something like that too. It's up to you.
After a minute, okay, you're gonna get Sarah. I just realized we were very loud. I'm gonna go downstairs. I need a minute away from this. And I just go, actually, I'm not going downstairs. I'm just gonna be like right out here. And I like walk right outside the door. And I just take a minute.
All right.
Got an axe or like a saw or something, Delroy?
I'm sure I've got a saw lying around for doing stuff in the
Real
bodega.
big bread knife would work too.
Deep.
Electric turkey
Get
carver.
the saw.
Do y'all by chance
do
have
saw.
another a steak, an actual steak?
So,
I mean, we could probably make something a little more appropriate than this.
right, my concern would then be switching them would take a little bit of a second, and I don't trust it.
It's a big gaping chasm in his chest. You can
Right, but if it's
stab his heart again if you wanted to.
okay, I just didn't want it to be like, oh, we switch it and he wakes up, you know?
Oh no, this would be a case of you
There, anyway, I'm still like, I would have just like sat, I would have leaned against the wall, dragged myself down, and I would have just be like,
Oscar, are you
Deep breaths. Deep breaths.
I will go ahead and use awe
oh boy.
on Ed. So He can comply and come with me up the stairs.
Because he's a ghoul, I'm gonna give him a roll against you, but the success seems unlikely. I don't have a stat sheet for him, but let me pull this up just to make sure I got his stat block properly ready. I think I do. Just a moment. Yes. Okay. So it is. And you would roll your manipulation and presence, please.
Where is
Presence will be on your other
on my
page.
other page?
Yep. So click the plus on there, and then swap back to your main page, and then double click the manipulation. And I put in the number of successes he had.
Ooh.
And you did not beat it. You can burn a willpower if you like to re-roll those 2 black dice that you got.
Oh, I did too. Sorry.
Yeah.
So go back to your main page, make sure you're on your main page, and then just hit the SP. You don't have to click anything on there. Just hit the SP button and it'll spend the willpower for you automatically.
All right.
And then pick the 2 black ones that are not successes and then roll. Sweet.
Yeah.
So you did beat it. And Ed looks at you and he goes to pull away. And then he looks at you again. He's like, fine. There's some fucked up shit up here, man. Yeah, come on. Yeah, we gotta go.
Yeah, it sounds like you need some help.
Yeah, yeah, you seem like, yeah, you'll be helpful. Like, you're one of them too, so it should be fine. I don't think they'll really be mad.
No, I don't think he will be either.
And you get upstairs, and I guess the first thing you see is Serenity, like, sitting on the floor.
Oh, hey, Oscar. Not. Bad timing. Bad timing. If you need a blood bag, I can go get one for you.
No, Ed said that I could help Delroy out with something that Delroy won't mind, right, Ed?
Yeah. And Serenity, you feel you know what Oscar has done to Ed. This is not in question for you. You know what's happening.
Ed, remind me to have a conversation with you later. Okay. This is a very, hold on. And I go in the room. Oscar's here. Ed got odd.
Do you walk
What am I
over
doing? Am
towards the room, Oscar?
I do.
You
I
wait.
do.
I need to double check if this is cool for you to see. Give me a minute.
All right.
No offense, dude. It's just shit's happened.
This is all happening pretty fast. Like whatever you want to be doing at this particular moment, Delroy, you be doing. Same.
Sure, because I know I went to go get the saw, so I don't know if I'm gone getting the saw or.
Oh yeah, if you went to go get a saw, then you probably have been gone to get the saw and coming back. And Ari, you would be doing.
So I don't know this cat.
I'm not saying nothing other than he's here.
So I'm gonna go ahead and pop my shadow cast, which is another rouse check.
Yep, I was just about to say, go ahead and give me that roll.
Still at 2. Doing good. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop that creepy. This one I know a little bit better how to use. So the shadows around me start getting very pointy is the best way to say it, and stretch out in front of me as I walk to the door, and I stretch them out towards him. So basically, they kind of like slide under his feet unless he moves.
I wouldn't know if I even noticed this happening.
Oh, you would have seen Lasombra before. You know these tricks. This is familiar. Your sire would have definitely warned you about Lasombra.
Then yeah, I would have tried to get out of the way.
We're dealing with something. If you could wait downstairs, that'd be great.
All right. Well, I mean, I'm just doing by what Ed told me. Said you guys needed some help.
I
So
turned
that
to Ari.
Delroy was fine with it.
Delroy's not here right now.
That's true.
Delroy, you come back. As she's saying, you're not here right now with a saw
do
in your
notice-
hand.
You do notice that Ari has gone creepy.
Yeah. Do I also notice that Ed is odd?
Well, Ed got pushed back, like told to go back downstairs, and he did look weird to you. I would say that.
I mean, Serenity would say Ed got odd.
So as soon as you come up, yeah, your saw in hand, Ed got odd. You see Oscar, and you see Ari with shadow spikes coming out close to where Oscar is standing.
I'm gonna walk straight up to Oscar and like forearm on chest and say, "Did you fuck with my ghoul?"
Nothing that anyone else would have done to come up here. Roughed them up? No. Just a
Right.
simple
Why
little...
did you want up here specifically?
Right.
Is it just us shouting? Because right now
I
we're
heard us shouting, and to be honest, he looked a little skittish, a little
Oh,
freaked
why
out.
would he? Fuck, Ed.
Hey, I'm not saying that he saw whatever the hell he saw, but
As soon as you
Like he
say
needs some help.
Ed, he goes, "Sorry, I'm sorry."
I'll give you hot chocolate later. Hold on.
You make the best hot chocolate.
I'm gonna give the saw. I'm gonna hand it back to Serenity, and say, I'm taking him downstairs. Gonna check on Ed.
What do you want me to
guys,
do with
here
this?
You go. I think you know.
Do you
Talk
drop
Oh.
off?
through it.
Because this is one of those things. It's off and on sort of thing.
What do
I
I do? What?
got what I wanted, so yeah,
Okay,
I will drop all.
so y'all don't feel that sort of magnetism coming off of Oscar now. But
Oh,
you knew
right, the
you knew what it was. Y'all are familiar with this feeling. I would say especially Ari. Ari, you're familiar using this in a different way.
Mine's not as kind, but
yours
yes.
is a little bit more bullyish. And you head down.
I wanted to.
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
want to give them the saw, and tell Serenity would probably know more than Ari. Use the back way since we've got our little back exit shit now for taking care of Big Al, and then I want to kind of like not forcibly, but forcefully lead Oscar downstairs.
Hey man, hey. Sounded like you guys needed some help, and by the way, I thought we were playing some checkers. I mean, Ed over there's pretty shit at checkers, to be honest. Hope you didn't learn
Let's
from
go
you.
downstairs. I'll tell you what you can do with your help once we get back downstairs.
All right.
And with that, we're actually going to call it. I think that's a great moment. I tell you what you can do with your help downstairs. I love it.
Someone quote that, please. Someone please put that in fancy font or something. I want that on my wall.
I'll tell you what you can do with your help. Back downstairs.
Woo! So, I just want to say thank you all for joining us. First off,
And thank you for all the raids. That's kind of
thanks
like
for the
free.
raids. Thanks for everybody who came in, all the new followers and stuff like that. It's super dope. I was super nervous about tonight. I'll be honest with you. Very stressed out because my computer stopped working properly, but it seemed like everybody had fun, and that's what matters the most to me. And it looks like everybody was good. So thank you all, as always. Highlights of the show. I asked this most of the time, but I want to ask now. Like, was there any particular standout moments that you had for our
Besides what just happened?
season premiere? I mean, if that's your best moment, then that's great. I'm with it.
Oh man,
Uh,
yeah. I'm very excited to see how long Ari can go without sleeping before she starts going insane.
Mhm.
Well, I thought you could sleep. He just shows up for a minute.
He basically shows up when he wants to. It's
Yeah,
not just-
exactly.
Yeah.
No, thank you, chat. Yeah, thank you
I
all.
like the Tyreek moment a lot. You know, it's funny because like Delroy's not really like a strong dude, and so I feel like this has come up before where you put him in these moments where it's just like, if only I was if I was a bro.
Oh, getting hemmed up by Damien. Yeah.
Hey, say that
Yeah.
to my
That was
chest.
good.
I mean, I think he only did that because, yeah. But I like that moment. It like makes Delroy and me have to be like, all right, how am I going to deal with this at some point? Yada yada yada. But
I
I
mean,
like that.
out of character, Damien's a 6th generation vampire.
No.
Yeah, no. We wouldn't have won that. We'd have been lucky if we were allowed to live.
He's not one to be fucked with.
He's
But
not. We didn't. We were like, give us a minute. Give us a minute to find out what we need to know.
all
first."
things considered, he took it pretty easy on you.
True.
You know, I just okay. See, if I guess I should have known that before. It's
No,
just
that is
something-
out of character knowledge. You would not have known that. So
Okay,
that
It
is
just seems that, like for Delroy, it's like some dude who's like part of some political government that does not exist anymore, coming to my bodega, telling me he could kill me if he wanted to. Tell me what you know. Do you want?
and he
to
looks
now?
like a teenage
Not
boy, basically. He looks like he
That's
might
right.
be like 16, 17 years old.
Yikes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I would say you bring my sire into this early. I wasn't expecting it night one. I'll tell you that much.
I felt that it was appropriate to build on
Definitely
what's
was.
coming next. That's all I have to
Definitely
say.
was.
Without spoiling some of the other machinations I have going on in my head. I felt that it was appropriate.
No, I was palms were sweaty. I was
What's
like,
that TikTok? Wait, that's a TikTok song. Hold up. Someone made a TikTok and it goes palm sweaty something something, and then it ends with just saying nervous.
that was me.
That's,
Doesn't it-
yeah, he made a movie called 8 Mile back in the day.
I was thinking the same thing.
Oh, Vancouver just showed up. Vancouver just showed up, guys.
The race to raid.
Hi, Vancouver.
You won this round.
You did win this round.
darlings.
Yes. And what about you, Liz? Any particular highlight for you? Y'all won. Indeed.
I mean, seeing Big Al chest ripped open, room destroyed is a pretty big moment.
Yeah, that too. Serenity is very shaken
Yeah.
at the moment. She's just like, you're new. Last time I tried to trust new people, that didn't end well. Hold up. Serenity has been like, so Genghis was weird. Sierra's a whole other can of worms. I love my friends, and I don't know you. So, and after all the shit that happened with strangers with like Raka, not
Yeah.
doing this again.
Sadly,
Raka.
Oscar is getting the gang after they've gotten their ass kicked a couple times.
This is true. I feel like at a certain point y'all would have been nicer. And
Oh yeah,
I assume that's probably what Oscar was thinking, especially given what his sire told him.
yeah.
Yeah.
And we're
That's
like,
not what the characters done. It seems like your sire has some outdated knowledge.
I'm getting some high alert Kindred right now.
Yeah. Like, think about it.
Freaking-
After Rocka almost kicked our shit in, no way.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to make sure that y'all knew what I meant when I said Big Al's going through some shit. The other night when we were talking, like Big Al
Yeah.
Yeah, but
is not normal right now.
yeah, you see, but you laugh when you say stuff like that, so it's just like, oh, maybe it's not that bad.
He picked up
It's
Crochet.
literally, it's
He picked up
literally like,
Crochet.
it's literally like, and you made fun of us for saying we might have to kill Big Al.
Listen, we talked about that last season now.
I know, and that's what I'm saying. Every time we brought it up, like, oh, so you're gonna be the ones to kill him, even though that was the original point. Yeah, you would make a joke out of that.
I'm not making y'all do anything. There is more than one way to skin a cat.
I mean,
I
we
don't-
just,
Definitely is. I'm just kind of like, I feel like Delroy would kind of be in that spot of just like,
Oh yeah, I am definitely pushing
play
y'all.
with the nods
Like
and stuff.
I definitely give y'all generally the easiest solution in a lot of times that I put y'all in situations is to kill your way out of it. This is probably not the best way to handle a situation.
you give
What-
us enough rope to hang
I-
ourselves easily.
The easy solution is generally like you could just kill the ones that are in your way, and it's fine.
Right. It's the question is for Serenity, it's Big Al is like it's weird. Like she's older than him in vampire years, but in like actual years, he's far older than her.
Yes.
So it's like it's a weird little brother, big brother situation. Like you're my brother, I care about you, and it's sort of like she's like, I feel like she's picturing her actual little brother when she pictures him. Getting like a little Tox moment, so like a little like our version of Tox Machina here. She literally, when she looks at Alice, she sees someone similar, not exactly in personality or anything, but she thinks back to the brother she protected with her life, and she feels like she failed him.
Yeah.
I am just very excited that y'all are giving me a Torport vampire.
I'm excited to see what you do with a Torpor vampire.
Not that y'all know that, but
Please don't like unstake him. I would say.
I did not think of that. Now I'm worried.
No, that's out of character
That's
knowledge.
out of character.
That's out of character knowledge now.
All I know is I don't want to be caught in any subway tunnels at fucking all.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I was like, y'all didn't even hit on that part. There's some shit going down. There's a reason why the Nosferatu evicted everybody.
It's too scary.
nope,
Well.
get the fuck
Who's-
out.
Too scary.
Too scary.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think the next thing I want to do is probably Tyreek. I'm curious about this cult and what the deal is with that.
Who
But if
knows?
we
Maybe
find
Ty-
Tyreek, Damien's probably right on our tails or something.
the question
What'd you
is
say, Ivy?
what I was gonna say. One, Tyreek may, in his religion bullshit, he might know how to help Big Al. If not, Tyreek is either going to be a help or a problem. You gotta be prepared for both.
Well, depending what happens with Big Al, it's going to be a problem.
It's not like
that's-
Tyreek was all up in Big Al's life. You know, they're not tight.
Well, to be
Still his
fair,
brother.
that and also the reason they weren't is because he assumed Tyreek was dead for 9 years because Tyreek was a ghoul. The only reason they
Yeah,
haven't
but when he
connected
saw Big Al, Tyreek was kind of a dick.
Well, yeah, because he didn't
expect his brother to be a kindred.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, context
Oh,
is
boy.
important.
The
Context.
tangled webs we weave.
Oh yeah.
I got
I'm
so
so
many
excited.
people I need to contact.
I'm just trying to tell a good story.
Well,
know,
you
it's just-
succeeded, okay?
You,
How about that?
You succeeded. It's just now we're over here trying to figure out what decisions we want to make and the consequences of those actions.
Y'all might want to update your group relationship map.
But
Just
for
keep
who-
that
for
one
what?
in mind.
Eh?
Okay.
Who? I thought we added Oscar. Oh wait, we didn't. No, we
Didn't
didn't.
add Oscar was added, but there's
Yeah.
a few other people that have gotten added than this.
But we
episode.
now got a sheriff that we got to deal with.
Hold on,
we now
vampire
got-
has
Damien.
consequences. Oh my!
oh, that you all have to
Unbelievable.
Oh,
deal with.
revelations.
Fucking, I got a ghost in my head.
I'm still on the outside looking in.
You're gonna be for a little while, bud. No offense.
I'm walking in moonlight. Whoa, don't feel good.
Should we
Look,
add
you
the
gotta
human
earn your way
centipede
in.
to a relationship, man?
No, you don't have to add a monster to there, but there is a monster that exists.
Mike, I swear to God.
There's one that exists.
What? Did
One
I
of
say
these
it wrong?
days. No, one of these days. No, that was just really gross. And I'm very ready to throw a book at you.
One day when we all hang out, you're just gonna beat him with like a chemistry textbook or something.
Nah.
I'm sorry. It's a Megusula. It's a Megusula.
All right. Thank y'all all for being here. Thank y'all for all the raids. It has been a wonderful night. I'm so glad we've gotten back to doing this show. It's great. I love it. I'm so happy to be back in Storyteller Seat. Apologies that we had a little bit of early technical difficulties, got a little bit of a late start. Shit was broke. I'm sorry.
It happens.
But
Like you.
yeah, we'll be back at this. And yes, I was just about to say we're about to Ooh Overlord. How did you pronounce
Are
it?
we
Whatever.
talking about our rest of the week?
I was just about to get to that. We're going to be
Okay.
raiding over there, but before we head out, let's hit on a few things that's going to be happening. This week, we will be moving our D&D game to Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern.
Yes.
So we'll be playing Stories of Surret with our Dungeon Master, Liz, down there below me. And we'll be continuing our game along on Wednesdays. So that will be for the foreseeable future. That will be doing that. Maybe more content coming on other days. Still working out things for schedule, but
Yep.
yeah. So that's what's going down. So find us for D&D Wednesday nights, same channel. Rolling these 20s, and then Saturdays, every Saturday, we'll be here for Billy by Night. So, with that said, we're gonna close this out. I'm gonna give everybody a chance to plug themselves and all the things going on. So we will start with Serenity or Ivy.
Hi, you can find me at hold on,
Oh yes, this will be ending up on our YouTube. We will have this on the Rolling These 20s YouTube channel. Still working on getting everything edited for that, but the VOD will be available there. And if it's not immediately available there, I will have it double posted on my channel as well, which is Dimples and Dice on YouTube.
Yeah, for those who are unaware, YouTube was being a little shit and didn't save any of season 1. So we're hopefully maybe gonna make a recap.
Yes, that's on our to-do list.
It's on the to-do list. We don't know when it's gonna get done, but for the new people who are hopping in on our season 2, we want to make sure you understand what happened in season 1. So that's on the way. I wish I had looked into that.
It's all good.
Yeah.
We were still new to how this all worked, so I'm not going to beat ourselves up about it.
I know, it's just my perfectionist brain is like.
Don't worry about it.
Did you plug anything? Did you?
I was in the middle of that.
Okay.
Okay, so
It's been a day.
IBM 2757 on Twitter, IBM 57 on TikTok if you're into like cosplay stuff. I might bring Serenity to TikTok for a little bit. I don't know. And about it. I'm trying to think about what I'm gonna do with my Instagram, so I don't know. I need to get better at advertising on that end of things.
Cool. Liz.
Liz, Fuzzy Slippers 05, wherever you want to find me. I'm going to be DMing here on Wednesday. And I'll be here every Saturday. So not too much going on. Yeah.
I'm excited to bring Matrix out every time.
Yeah.
I can bring Matrix out.
Matrix is amazing.
Matrix is weird, and
I love it.
I mean, I love him, but like, sweet Jesus,
I want to learn so much more about Matrix. I got questions.
so do I. So many questions, but he won't tell us anything to give us an avenue for those questions. So
Listen,
it's like,
the DM in me comes out of my characters too. Everyone has secrets. Mikey Mike.
Hello, I'm Mikey Mike. Mikey Mike has a Twitter, but he's never twitted. You can also, if you like old-timey bluesy music, you can look up Hubby Jenkins. And I'm going to be reading a Choose Your Own Adventure on Tuesday night on Hubby Jenkins' Facebook. We'll be reading The Power Dome by Edward Packard, where you're sucked into a weird dome that takes you to the future where humans are slaves to
I
aliens.
remember this one. This is one of my favorite ones, dude. That's one of my favorite Choose Your Own Adventures.
So it'll be really good, and both of my moms will be in the chat telling me to hurry up and get to the music already. So that'll be fun.
This is
yeah,
the thing
and
that
of course, catch me
happens.
on this channel all the time.
I need to sit down and watch
And,
that at one point. I've been meaning to. It's just Tuesday.
It is a thing that happens. I've been there.
It is in fact what moms do.
But yeah,
Cool. Lonzo.
What's going on? Lonzo Gonzo. I am on Twitter on Lonzo Gonzo1. I'm also on Twitch where I stream variety games. Lonzo Gonzo _. Tomorrow you can actually find me doing Dead by Daylight. I'll be streaming with Calamity Darling,
Ooh.
8 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then you can find me Monday, Tuesday, and Friday on my Twitch channel.
Sweet. And I guess that leaves me. I am Prince, aka Doubles and Dice. That's where you can find me on Twitch, Twitter, all of the things. Doubles and Dice. I will be back on my channel tomorrow with D&D. I will be doing our Acquisitions Inc. campaign. We missed last week because my Cleveland Browns were in a playoff game that I have not seen in 20 years. So I was not about to miss us playing in our first time being that far in the playoffs in most of my adult life, most of my life, to be honest with you. So I had to watch that. So we'll be back this week. My players will be getting into shenanigan of fuckery. I don't know the fuckery they're going to get into this week because there's been so much fuckery that they get into. They broke someone into a prison. They captured an orc. It's been some shit going down. But that's what's happening on Sunday, 4 p.m. Eastern Time, twitch.tv/DoublesandDice. And then you can generally catch me from Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday from 11 till 2-ish. I've been working on Hades speed runs for most of the day. So Fridays are usually my chill day. I have gotten my runs down to 10 minutes and 10 seconds in Hades. I am trying to break the top 100, which requires me to get to 8 minutes and 30 seconds. So you can catch me on my journey to do that all this week because that's what I'll be
Need to
doing.
play that game. I keep
It's so
saying I'm
good.
going to.
It's so good. Even if you
Well,
don't like,
I'm broke right now. So.
even if you don't like roguelikes, it is still amazing. Absolutely.
I
play
mean,
Hades.
I'm great with Greek myth, even if it's all twisted in different ways. I love Greek myth. I've loved it since I was a kid. You can thank Percy Jackson for
Oh,
that.
it's so good. Okay. I think that's it for us. We're gonna go start this raid. They're doing what's their campaign called? Midnights in Metro Manila. And so we're gonna pop over there. Show love, like, follow, all that things. And again, I am going to get the bot up for this as soon as possible. So yeah. That's that. Thank y'all very much. And we will see y'all Wednesday. I was gonna say next week, but
We'll see you
it
next
is
week
next week.
and this
Yeah,
Wednesday.
And this
And
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
It's coming.
Mm-hmm.
You know the words. Peace, y'all. And let me start this right. I keep forgetting
Can we
to
get
type
some,
things in properly.
Love for Dimples for creating this fantastic story tonight.
Oh yeah.
yeah, man.
Way to bring us into season 2.
Thank y'all.
Yes.
Thank y'all.
I love it.
Great job, man. Great job.
I
I knew you'd
appreciate
do
y'all.
amazing. I knew that from the minute I met you.
I was so nervous. So nervous.
You're not the only one.
Yeah. For context, that's how Rolling East 20 started.
Good night, everybody. All right, I did the thing.
Hey.
We are